You're kidding, right? One round of Aram isn't going to cut it, Leo teased with a grin. Come on, give me some credit. At least make it 5 ranked games. Option 3 was the ultimate fantasy, but things between the three of them weren't quite there yet. Leo wasn't about to spill his guts too soon. What are you even saying? Chloe blushed hard, swatting at the jerk right in front of her best friend. Maya, being the type who didn't sweat the dirty jokes, just crossed her arms and chuckled helplessly. So, you two lovebirds patch things up? Does that mean I can ditch the takeout now? Chloe huffed quietly, pinching Leo's arm in a way that said it all. She was the queen of mixed signals, too proud to admit fault first, like it would make the whole mess her doing. Leo brushed it off, water under the bridge. Dwelling on it would just kill the vibe. He flashed a carefree smile. Nah, let's not drag up the downers. Come on, I'll drive. Dinner's on me, and then we hit the shops. Sounds good. Maya, let's try that hot pot spot you mentioned. I'll go change. Chloe beamed, scampering off to her room. Hey, Dad, how'd I do? Maya started sidling up to Leo, but Chloe burst back out, startling her so bad she jumped. Had her bestie caught that slip? Chloe eyed Maya suspiciously for a beat, then grabbed her arm. You're coming with me. Don't even think about making moves on my guy. Maya exhaled in relief, shooting Leo a playful wink and a kissy face before letting herself be dragged into the bedroom. Oh, so that's the deal. In the BMW, Leo laid out the whole story about his bio dad, Connor Sterling, selling him out to David Shepard for 25 grand. He didn't hold back with the girls. Chloe finally got why Leo wanted nothing to do with his birth family. Getting ditched as a kid and then bought back once they struck it rich. Who wouldn't be pissed? It clicked why he'd been so stone-faced yesterday. She'd been chatting up his family drama like it was gossip. Leo Pig, I'm sorry. I had no idea. From a back seat next to Maya, Chloe's apology was genuine. Proud as she was when it came to real stuff, she owned up. No excuses. Her apology scaled with how much she cared. Like with Maya or her roomies, she'd cued her way out. But this straight-up sincerity? Leo was top tier in her book. No BS like putting facts aside. Don't you have any blame too? No biggie, Leo shrugged it off. Except for my sisters, I couldn't care less if those old folks kick the bucket, as long as they stay out of my life. The back seat went quiet, the girls exchanging glances. For easygoing Leo to drop something so cold, he must really hold a grudge against Connor. The car vibe turned awkward. Chloe wondered if she should say something comforting as his girlfriend. But this soap opera crap was new territory. How do you lighten that? Leo, did you see Faker dropped a new Ari skin? It's over $300. Maya smoothly steered to a hot esports topic buzzing online. Yeah, scrolled past it on TikTok. Leo scoffed. 300 for skin? Idiots. You know how many real cosplay dates that could buy? Fair point. Maya giggled, chatting him up casually. She'd never dated, but her e-girl days taught her how to spark a guy's interest. After all those secret hangouts with Leo, she knew his vibes, how to hype him up emotionally. Stuff Chloe hadn't dug into yet. The car warmed up quick under Maya's lead, but Chloe sulked, watching them banter. Maya knew her boyfriend too well, and she'd straight up said she liked him, even asked Chloe to hand him over. Chloe couldn't shake the suspicion Maya was playing the long game. But she hated killing moods. Leo was finally perking up after brooding. Ruining it now would be bad timing. Plus, she dug the energy. Her longtime bestie and her guy swapping interests, no drama. The only snag? Her bestie was eyeing a taste. Maybe. Give it a shot. She said she doesn't want marriage. Won't steal him. No way. Chloe, you're nuts. How could you even suggest that? Chloe shook her head hard, banishing the wild thought. Huh? What's up, Leo? At a stoplight, Maya leaned forward, spotting his zoned-out face. Lights green, go. Oh, spaced out. Hearing Chloe's thoughts snapped Leo back, nerves kicking in. He hit the gas, glancing in the rear view. Chloe looked torn, hesitant as ever. Leo, Pig, I'm going to gain like 5 pounds from this. Chloe linked arms with him post-meal, poking her belly with a pout. I was on a diet this year, but nope, packing it on. No more hot pot calories for me. Leo was settling the bill, eyeing his whiny girlfriend casually. Where's the extra? You're imagining it. You want to be a stick figure or what? Am I really not? Chloe lit up despite the tease, tiptoeing to cling tighter. Ma'am, is my girlfriend fat? Leo asked the cashier mid-transaction. Not at all, hon. You're slim as can be. The owner beamed, customer service on point. Chloe's figure backed it up. See? Crowd got eyes. Leo pinched her soft cheek. Quit stressing. That'll pack on pounds too. He jerked. Chloe grinned ear to ear, eyes sparkling as she scanned her bad boy beau. This was post-fight bliss, cherishing what almost slipped away. Shallow couples might feel relieved to bail, but not them. You two shop. I'm crashing back at the dorm. Maya emerged from the bathroom after a few minutes, yawning. Haven't slept right these days, playing peacemaker. Don't pull that crap again. You tire me out too. Thanks, bestie. Next time, I'll carry you back to Challenger. Leo nodded politely, thinking he might need her mediation one last time. Chloe stayed quiet, eyes darting between them, back to hesitant mode. Maya, come shop with us, Chloe invited out of nowhere. You won't crash right away anyway. Join, then head back later. Whoa, sun rising in the west. Maya blinked, teasing. Weren't you all keep away from my man? Not scared I'll snag him. First time she'd said it out right in front of them, testing Chloe's shift. Even if you threw yourself at him, he wouldn't dare. Chloe hugged Leo's arm tight, dead serious. For real. Maya tilted her chin at Leo, flirty. Leo, I'm free for the taking. Pure college girl. 1. Swear loyalty. Reject flat out. Warn her no more jokes. I'm all Chloe's. Not recommended 2. Play it cool. Tug back and forth, ask Chloe's take. If yes, test hold Maya's hand. If no, joke. Wait till Chloe's cool. Recommended 3. Free chick? Hell yeah. Hug her waist. 1 on each arm, watch the sunset. Perfection. Highly recommended. Option 3. She's offering. Any reason to say no? Chloe, what do you think? Leo smiled her way, treating it like a bit. Didn't want to tip his hand. Me? If you want her, go for it. Chloe shrugged casually. No force, no pride. More like a tentative probe. Then, Leo paused, then boldly stepped up under Chloe's wide eyes, grabbing Maya's hand. Kidding? Free offer like this? Count me in, let's shop. Yes, yes, Maya squealed, throwing herself into his arms, hugging his waist right there. Thanks, bestie, you're the best. Whoa, joking. My girl's right here. Leo's hands hovered, avoiding touch, sneaking glances at Chloe. No worries, Leo. She's generous, won't mind. Maya waved it off, asking stunned Chloe. Right, bestie? You assholes. Chloe shook her fist, swinging her purse like a weapon. Maya bolted, Leo's please echoing. Chloe, it was a joke. She jumped me, ow, don't bite. After the chaos, they hit the street fair, then an arcade for over 2 hours. Leaving, Chloe dragged them for goofy photo booth stickers. All night, she didn't ice Maya, held hands, chattered through shops, closer than ever. Leo trailed, lugging bags, miserable but thrilled. Chloe knew Maya's crush, but invited her anyway. Sign she was warming to the idea. Her thoughts all night, back and forth debates. No slip-ups, and his girlfriend might greenlight harmony. Around 11 p.m., Maya dipped out solo, grabbing an Uber back to the dorm, giving the couple space. Portland's nights pulsed with life. Pioneer Square under the stars gleamed like a dream. Lights twinkling, crowds milling, strollers, streamers with selfie sticks sharing the vibe. In the mix, Leo juggled shopping bags left-handed, right hand laced with Chloe's soft one, swinging gently. They strolled easy, dodging old drama, chatting light stuff. The air hummed with that flirty spark like early dating days. Leo, pig. What do you think of Maya? Chloe tossed out casually, a hint of pride. She did say she liked you, even asked me to hand you over. What do you want me to think? Leo flipped it back, playing dumb. Chloe blinked. Hey, I'm asking you, Spill. Mainly cause you said no bad-mouthing her. Leo chuckled. Now you're saying she's into me? Can't trash her, so praise? Then you'll think we're hooking up. What then? Good point. Chloe nodded blankly. Praising now would spark suspicion. What's so great about you anyway? She scanned him head to toe. Just tall, handsome, start of success, some cash. No clue why she fell. And you? Leo teased, pausing mid-sentence. You've fallen. For me. Me? Chloe geared up for sass, then blushed realizing. Giggling, she punched him. Jerk people around. Leo shrugged. So? Teasing my girl, totally fair. Cops can't touch that. EW, teasing my girl, so niche. Chloe eyed him. They should lock you up, brain full of junk. Me? I'm all talk, no sleaze inside. Leo countered. You? Quiet outside, filthy inside, always eyeing my bod. As if. Chloe flushed, slipping into Idaho twang. When I eye you, you taught me all this. Leo grinned triumphantly. Teasing her was fun. Hey, you two, mind a chat? A mic-wielding woman rushed up, cameraman in tow. We're interviewing couples for clips online. Few questions. Sure. Chloe fixed her hair, beaming. Outgoing as ever, she loved showing off. Interview. And that lens made Leo tense. Didn't want him and Chloe going viral. He almost dropped her hand, but her excited smile stopped him. He gripped tighter. Go for it, just edit me handsome. Haha. You're already there. The host smiled. This funny guy and cute girl could blow up views. The cameraman peeked out, squinting at Leo like he'd seen him before. Mike to Chloe. Miss, what's the bride price to marry you? Tisk tabloid trash. Leo muttered. Stirring gender drama for clicks? Bride price? Honestly, never thought about it. Chloe dodged, mindful of Leo's job. No fueling scandals. The host pressed. Right now, what should he pay? No clue. Chloe parried. Mad? More cash. Happy? Freebie. Oh, got it. Host laughed awkwardly, switching to Fluff, then to Leo. Sir, you like your girlfriend? She's all right. Leo deadpanned, then serious. But her temper? Makes me want to smack her sometimes. No way. Chloe denied, laughing. Host teased. Ha, no hitting girlfriends. Few more. Then casual. Sir, what's your dream? Dream? Leo wanted out, brainstorming a dodge. Spotting Chloe's curious glow, inspiration hit. He gazed deep. To marry her. Yeah, that's it. Ding. Chloe's affinity up 20 points. At 100 maxed. You're her everything. Leo hadn't expected his offhand dodge to spike Chloe's affinity by 20. Glancing over, her eyes were wide. Hands over mouth, tears welling. Pure joy and emotion. He forced a smile, but inside, guilt hit hard. Chloe craved romance. His past flirts barely budged her meter. Now a casual line maxed it. She really dreamed of walking down the aisle with him. Problem, he could never give her, or anyone, a real wedding. If she was already this hyped, what about when he couldn't deliver? Hope it happens. Marry her soon. Host blessed, heading off. Wait, Leo called, urgent. What's your handle? Where's the vid dropping? I'll follow. Check if we look good. Citrus Street interviews, all platforms. Host smiled. Unified name. Vidop in 2 days. Cool, thanks. Leo watched them go, resuming the stroll. The sweet vibe twisted awkward. Portland's nights sparkled. Towers lit like stars, streets alive. Most soaked it in, but Leo stared at crowds, dodging Chloe's touched gaze. Unlike his guilt, Chloe's mind raced with fantasies. Was that real? Then after proposal, we marry postgrad. Honeymoon where? Bring Maya? If she behaves. Settle in Florida or Portland. Folks in Portland, Leo too. Stay here. What's he thinking? Why quiet? Surprise coming? Proposal now? Brewing lines? Accept or not? Accept now, but 3 years to grad. Will he repropose? Ugh, tangled. Chloe's bubbly, naive dreams stabbed like knives. Leo couldn't listen anymore, breaking silence. Postgrad, Florida or Portland for you? Wherever you go. Chloe's eyes darted, hinting future plans. Leo paused, gripping her hand firm. Deal. Stick with me in Portland. I'll take care of you forever. Why, yeah, sure. Chloe nodded shyly, face glowing happy. She took it as a veiled proposal, giving her yes. Postgrad, Maldives. Leo painted. Couple's paradise. Romance it up. See if foreign moons are rounder. Nah, too cliche. Everyone goes. Plus, overseas sketchy lately. Don't want to catch lead. Stateside spots are fine. Leo's words uncorked her. Chloe chattered destinations, beaming. He held her hand, listening, chiming in. Sadly, he'd heard it all via her thoughts already. Stroll wrapped near midnight. City quieted under stars. They hit an upscale hotel nearby, unspoken. To Chloe, Leo was future hubby, post-grad marriage material. No shyness here. In a room, post-shower, they tangled passionately. After the fight, interview his dream line, she was all honey. Even check in, she grinned. When Leo pushed boundaries clean-free, Chloe, textbook Sundara, actually agreed. Leo post-grad, you'll marry me, right? Chloe pressed his knee, eyes expectant yet uneasy, gazing at her forever guy. Leo stroked her hair, meeting her fervent stare. No direct yes, instead sly angle. Yeah, promise, a romantic wedding. He's satisfied. Chloe smirked, Sundara style, blushing as she tucked hair, swallowing instinctively. Chloe. And so, the clean freak elf yielded, letting him pat her head obediently. Next morning, Leo woke to fingertip taps on a screen. Chloe, head on his shoulder, typed furiously, browsing explicit health info, face all studious focus. Can you eat that? Harmful if swallowed? Swallowed a bit by accident. What now? Meds to counter? Boyfriend says it's beauty boost. True or false? Urgent. Leo, shameless as ever, blushed at her search history. Normal for a newbie, scared of unknowns. If not for loving this jerk, her germaphobe self wouldn't have caved to head pats. Good thing results were sane. Chloe relaxed, setting phone aside, nuzzling his arm for a nap in. Ahem. I'm healthy as hell. Leo couldn't resist. No harm, quit waiting. Chloe jerked up, realizing he was awake. Stunned, then mortified, she thrashed his arms, pink fists pounding his abs. Leo, pick D. Wrong. Leo grinned, grabbing her fists, pure male pride swelling. Chloe, wrists pinned, straddled his waist fierce. What's funny? Huh? Not laughing. Leo denied, openly ogling her curves. Chloe, you're all out. Oomph. Like you haven't seen plenty. He'd mapped every inch. She didn't care. Like a stubborn lamb, she headbutt, lips flying. Jerk who jacks prices on rice. Always bullying. D. Bullying? That's love. Leo gripped her smooth waist, mood soaring as he kissed her lips. Plus, if I die, you're widowed young. Chloe paused mid-retort, clocking something. Staring at his lips, she smirked wicked. He's suddenly not mad. Whoa, Leo realized, morning breath. He reached for tissues. No wiping. Bully payback. Chloe cackled, loving his squirm, yanking him back. Worse, she puckered teasingly. Say meh, peek, kiss, oh. Wrong, Chloe, don't. Leo wailed, mouth covered, dodging. Scared to hurt her, he couldn't shove hard. She landed one. Grimacing, he howled. Damn. Chloe, you witch, reporting to the feds. Chloe licked smugly. Last night's payback. Fine, playing dirty. Time for morning cardio. Leo palmed her hot, but sitting up, move slid straddling Chloe down. Leo, you're so bad. Unlike usual, Chloe looped his neck, face mock fierce. Leo traced her flush thighs, intrigued. Like my bad side? Hate it worst. Chloe hummed softly, kissing him. Eyes flickering desire. Got it. Leo flipped her gently. Leo, your heart's pounding loud. Post-hustle, Chloe collapsed sweaty in his arms, ear to chest, circling his heart. Med friend says heart sounds tell health. Classic clingy girlfriend move. Post-intimacy, girls glued, spouting nonsense for more cuddles. Leo petted her hair. Duh. If not, we're in horror. So slick. Chloe laughed lazily, then serious. Leo, am I your first? Nah. Leo denied flat. She lifted, shocked. Told you, online fling. She dumped me. Chloe exhaled relief. Leo grinned. Lucky she did, or we'd never meet. Huge loss. Chloe ate up the roundabout sweet talk, chin on chest, doe-eyed. Really think that? Yup, all in. Leo nodded firm. But you're too good at cheering me. Chloe pouted, poking his nose. I'm guarded, but you always melt me. Suspicious you're juggling girls. 1. You think that highly of me? I'm slammed at work. No time for flings. Recommended 2. Slam daily. No chats with others. But if I messed up, you'd still be my top girl. Highly recommended 3. Chill, babe. Even with multiples, you're a carry. Their support. Not option 2. Ease her worries, then tug. Hint you're open to her deep thoughts. Match her bold probe. You think that highly of me? Slammed at work? No time for flings. Leo griped, then joked. Company's full of hot actresses dying to jump me. If you're cool sharing, whatever. Leo puzzled over the bold option, but Chloe's Maya shift hinted openness. This was her testing him. Too shy, prideful to say thruple. Worried he'd think her weird. Dropping if you're down for others. Me too, probed her real intent. Her thoughts, back and forth. He couldn't initiate. You wouldn't. Chloe threatened. I'm raiding your office soon. Any actress sniffing around? You're toast, telling your mom. Leo scoffed. EW, still tattling like elementary? I quit that in middle school. Your problem? Chloe chin lifted proud. Can't handle you? Mom will. Fine, scared. Come anytime. Leo caved, his turf anyway. Chloe beamed. Girls love that indulgent vibe. Noonish dress lunch. Leo patted her smooth, but signaling off. Give it a try. Us 3. No one knows. Maya won't move in. Killer thought hit. Leo eyed Chloe. She bit her lip, eyes wavering. Leo pig, what about Maya? Serious tone, no joke. Asking again. Leo feigned confusion. Girls hide besties from BFs. Why push evaluations? She's my bestie, and into you. Want to hear your take? Chloe flushed hot, tense excitement. Leo scanned her indecision. Real talk? Don't snap. Go. Chloe quieted. She's got her guy vibe down. Leo hugged her waist, reminiscing. Fun hanging, great emotional boost. You two click too, always giggling. But that's surface, deeper, unknown. Yeah, super fun with her. Chloe agreed. High EQ. Never fought except that roof thing. True, but why grill me? Leo paused, bold testing. Planning us 3, cohabiting? Chloe's eyes bulged, staring seconds. Complex murmur. You don't say that. I'm not weird. Phew. Leo faked relief, pressing. But you two seem off still. Cause of me? You know it. clueless what to do. Chloe sighed glum. Easy. Leo nervous laughed, half joking. Us three living together, win-win. If you're game, I'm yours to command. Chloe gaped. You really think that? Huh? Joking. Leo denied, flipping. Chloe, you thinking it? No way. Chloe muttered, frowning. Wouldn't that be weird? Weird, yeah, but peanuts next to my stories. Leo exampled. Filming, met a director. Name drop no, but you know him. Keeps 2 women in Willow Creek Estates. No way. Chloe leaned in. Girls love gossip. Leo's industry cred gold. Swear? Why lot? Leo animated. Visited. 0 awkward total harmony. Rich life's wild. Rich play hard. Chloe pondered, staring intent. Hesitant serious. Leo's long-awaited thought hit. Industry's mess, but Leo's take? If I say, will he think I'm nuts? Sharing BF with bestie? Chloe lifted, gripping his arm. Hesitant serious, stammering. Leo, maybe what? Speed. Leo played cool. Inside, storming, desperate for her to voice it. Maybe steak for lunch. Spotted a solid spot across the street pre-check-in. Chloe awkward smiled, chickening out. Scared he'd judge her crazy for sharing. Steak it is, why the drama? Leo pouted, masking disappointment. Looked like coaxing needed. Dressing, he dropped bombshell. Freak me. Thought you were offering to share me with her. Chloe gasped wide-eyed, wanted to speak, but held. Kneeling on bed, cautious probe. If real. You be down? Living with my bestie weird. Kidding, you're prettier, but she's hot too. Fun vibes, shared interests, you 2 back tight. Why not? Leo wrist direct, then straight-faced. But seriously, if no, 0 thoughts for me. Not ditching watermelon for sesame. Leo's high plus rap left Chloe dazed. Scum lines, yet oddly logical. Try it? He seems open to Maya joining. Set ground rules. Chloe loved Leo, but hated losing her years-long bestie over him. Compromise. Leo's words showed no rejection. Maya? She'd jump. Chloe greenlighting now meant her crashing their bed tonight. So try it. Chloe trembled, shy gaze. Maya with us. Like your director. What? Think. Are really? Chloe. No yoke. Feigning shock, Chloe panic clarify. Don't misread. I'm not into that. Just don't want to lose her over you. Plus, I know her game. Chloe griped. Says no more chasing, bull. Better share outright than her sneaking, leaving me cucked. My take. Leo bottled joy, sassing, not a bike share. Why you said yes. Chloe, post-spill, regained sense. Realizing her wild words, she flushed ripple-like, adding charm. Forget. Forfeit. You heard nothing. Chloe dove under covers, mortified mumbling. Leo, I'm warped now. Your fault. My bad. Leo fist-pumped ecstatic, bland tone blame shift. Fine. Your call. Group living. You like her too. Whoosh. Chloe yanked covers, bull glaring. Leo pig, what? Repeat. Platonic like, guys and girls can't be buds? Leo unflinching, cupping her red cheek, rare sincere. Even if you okay others, they're friends plus, not lovers. Lifetime, you alone, scummy yet pure, loyal to Chloe now, paving for Lily etc. Chloe couldn't rebut, she suggested Maya joining. Heavy feelings chick, she'd okay strangers? Nah, pre-proof, she trusted a max. Yesterday's interviewer dream, line sealed it. No conspiracy suspicions. Leo, why this bestie? Chloe face fell, glum in his arms, blaming Maya. Camp is full of guys, why mine? Means your BF's got pull, or you wouldn't date. Leo shameless brag, then praised. Sucks, could slag it up but stuck on you. Fate's cruel. Pfft. Shameless. Chloe half laughed, sighing release. Fine, I'll chat with her at school this afternoon. But no telling anyone, parents included. Embarrassing. Leo zipped lips, nodding serious. Secrets buried. Leo pig, you thrilled? Chloe pouted glum. Girlfriend hooks you up with her bestie. No jealousy. Ecstatic inside, Leo grinned ear-wide. Busting big truths. Leo pig died. Post-steak with Chloe, around 2 p.m. Leo doubted spotting Lily at PSU gates, so he dropped Chloe off. Back at the office, he hustled ops and outreach leads, tasking them to hit up yesterday's interviewer. Portrait rights violation. Yanked the vid or face lawsuit. Leads nodded, gossip curious but compliant. Entertainment vets, scene messier. No big here. Mr. Shepard, films hitting 2.5 billion this week, shattering you. Single week records. Online buzz topped 1 billion views. Outreach lead gene burst in post leads, heels clicking ecstatic. Our projections, over 10 billion this month. First U.S. film to smash that history. Cool, year-end parties popping. Leo wasn't shocked. Ops forecasted it, just undershot. Jean noted his chill. Mr. Shepard, you seem meh. Nah, thrilled. Leo smiled. Ops ran numbers weeks ago. Haha, guess outreach was out of the loop. Jean teased, then reminded. Oh, in a month, Hong Kong's hosting the annual Golden Reel Awards. Organizers slotted you for Best Director. Don't forget, Golden Reels, film world's gold standard, national prestige, lifetime goal for pros. Leo's flick crushed plot, quality, technique, acting, box office, unprecedented. Nomination? Inevitable. Hosts tip outreach pre-event for speeches. Got it. Leo mused, not thrilled about Hong Kong. Proxy award? Dream. But as company head, exposure is king. Traffic and gains are huge. No skeeping. Mr. Shepard, off topic. Jean softened. Company's blowing up. You'll need someone for this stuff. Ever thought secretary? Big firms. Outreach notifies exec SEC, who advises boss on schedules, importance. Leo's startup rocket. Skip that. Secretary? Hadn't crossed my mind. Leo pondered, eyeing Jean. She breathed shallow, straightening. Eyes excited. Noted, back to it. Leo smiled neutral, passing her over. Oh sure. Jean deflated, exiting. Maybe snag one. Leo leaned back, gazing Portland skyline, intrigued. God's eye scanned. Jean zero SEC experience. Looks meh. Legs are only plus. For a right-hand man, why not skilled and hot? Leo knew his weakness. Forever young hotties or MILFs. Jean? Mid-30s, experience, and looks short. Wouldn't lower standards. Isabel? She's free-ish. Leo lit up, slapping palm. Isabel anget eq. Bis smarts. Verdi poise. Close to, what uneasy liked. She knew. Wouldn't shortchange foreign trips. SEC handles secrets. Trusted Isabel 100%, even board seat. She wouldn't botch minutiae or majors. Bonus. Isabel his first. Work time, business, or pleasure. Around 5 p.m. Sunset glowing. Leo drove Willow Creek. Lily and Isabel MIA, girls still schoolbound. Vast living room echoed lonely. Kitchen, pop double-door fridge for soda. I caught stove-side aprons, different colors, adding homey warmth to chill. Leo grinned inexplicably. Chug, bin can showered. Mid-shower, door opened, bustle, familiar heels, girls' giggles. Isabel fetched them home. Leo emerged fresh, casuals, and slippers. Girls' phone glued on sofa, short legs swinging, vid-laughing. Isabel stocked fridge from bags, veggies, fruits neat. Tight, wine-red dress knee-length, hugging curves. Mid-heels elegant, not flashy. Hair neat bun, strands teasing neck mid-bend, bustling mature allure. Makeup subtle, earrings simple, necklaces gift, not flashy, tasteful. Leo, dinner prefs? Isabel asked without turning, spotting his BMW earlier, stocking steady. If Lily or Chloe did this mundane. Meh. But Isabel, hair, tuck, flexible back, oozed womanly charm. MILF magic, green girls couldn't touch. Whatever. I'm easy. Isabel cooks, I eat. Leo shrugged, heading to help. Homework done? Home, and straight to phones. He ruffled girls' heads en route. They giggled. Did at school. Behind Isabel, Leo, casual patted around, but same bounce. Tisk, what are you doing? Isabel half protested. Face mock scold. Phoenix, eyes glancing sofa kids. Leo ignored. Girl screen zoned. Grinned. Isabel, your figure's killing him more. Isabel's lips curved. New flattery meant ask. Out with it. Overboard. Isabel. I'm that naughty? Straight arrow. Leo mock right, stowing rest. But yeah, favor. MHM spill. Isabel arms crossed by stove, amused at her boy. Hiring secretary. Hot. Experienced cis preferred. Leo grinned. You fit perfect. Join as my personal. Isabel surprised. Me? Your SEC? Yeah, company's swamped. Can't have leads bug me direct. Just schedule. Join overseas trips. Easy. Few days? Sure. Full-time? Nah. Isabel Guavith. Got apartments to manage. Girls? Lily can't fetch daily. True. Leo dawned. Less family-minded than her. Sailing. Economy's tanking. Lazy handling BS. Pay Lily teach for pickups. Isabel pondered global. Not too much. Leo shook no. Wouldn't strip her livelihood. Portland real estate dipped. Experts said more. But prime, waterfront spire school zone. Rich abound. Hot properties flew. Idiot sells gold mine bundle. Then skip, Isabel. Eye others. Leo sighed disappointed. His top pick, Isabel. EQ Biz Poise experience nailed it. Plus MILF bought an OL suit, black stockings, office motivator. You punk, don't screw up your hard-won life. Isabel parted lips, post, vinegar la cedri mainder. MILF's geo pre-SEC, subtle, no tantrums. No way. Leo clocked jealousy, chuckled cokes. Slam daily, no foreign flings. Company eyes everywhere, awkward. Hey, you buying that? Isabel pouted red-lipped, thinking Eleanor and unknowns, twisted his waist. Punk, know your outside games. Ow, wrong, Isabel. Leo hissed. Waist twist universal chick move? Here, prep veggies. Isabel eased, smug-handing bok choy and basket. Yes, ma'am. Leo saluted cheeky. You punk, thick-skinned? Owed you last life. Sudden intimate title fluttered Isabel, red-faced, mock-slapping but grinning. Maybe she'd waited eons for that echo. Phone buzzed. Lily, Leo, exams soon. Cramming with roomies tonight. Staying dorm. Offline mode. Real? Use that middle school for all-nighters. Country mouse. True, dorm now. Shugofida secunda vid. Leo tapped. Roomies heads down studying, murmuring serious. Reporting environs for trust. Leo smiled. Only Lily took jokes literal, but showed care, ultimate devotion. Offline mode. Not coming? Miss you, wifey, cry country mouse. Come back now? Jump. Over teased. Leo wanted Isabel duo, unless Lily joined mahjong. Offline mode. Nah. Hug your pillow tonight. Study hard. Fist country mouse. MHM. Blush. Wifey, Lily out tonight. Leo elbowed Isabel glifed, imbaiting. Bed together. Bed together. Isabel flusid skoldeth. How many wives, punk? Don't care. You're forever main. Leo bold confessed, earned playful slaps. Punk, 0 ivory from dogmouth. Guy-girl team, work flew. 10 minutes, 4 dishes, soup table ready. Quartet sat. Girls benched by Leo, Isabel opposite, watchful. Maddie clung Leo. Far dishes, she'd ask help. Grace just wanted familiar near. Sis gone, insecure. Stuck to bro who urban rescued her. Personalities differed, meals too. Maddie chattered nonstop. Isabel taught swallow first talk, but mid-bite she'd school gab or vid share with Leo. Excited leg kicks. Grace quiet. Near dishes only. No long reach or whines. Led Leo, frequent helping. Isabel auto place close. Way better than initial bowl rice only, self-doubting kid. Asked Lily everything. Sensing family kindness, Grace now self-served, occasional chit-chat with Leo/Isabel. They engaged warm, praised apt. Feedback sparked her quiet pride. Isabel opposite, smiled at cozy scene. Everyday domesticity lethal to her past lonely MILF. Isabel shower, all dishes. Girls brushing. Leo eager reminded. Done? Room chat business. Isabel eye-rolled sultry, but headed stairs. In the brief lull, while Isabel was in the shower, Leo slipped into the landlady's room and burrowed under the covers, which carried a faint musk scent. Just then, Maya pinged him with some triumphant news that felt like cause for celebration. Maya understood. Dad, Chloe pulled me aside this afternoon for a chat. She's cool with us all living together now. No more sneaking around. Grin. Offline mode. Really? What did she say exactly? Don't get me started. She grilled me with a million questions. Like, when did I start liking you? Have we been hooking up behind her back? Would I be okay sharing a life with you guys? It was like 20 questions on steroids. Maya understood. But hey, your darling daughter is a smooth talker. I handled every curveball like a pro, and by the end of the afternoon, she was totally on board. She even mentioned that after you two tie the knot, I could tag along on the honeymoon. Sarcastic emoji. Offline mode. So why hasn't she texted me about it? Probably too embarrassed. Sharing her boyfriend with her bestie? That's a tough one for any girl to admit out loud. Don't bug her about how we're handling things. Just keep acting like nothing's changed. My understanding. Anyway, I'll ease her into it from here, testing her boundaries bit by bit. Who knows? In a few weeks, I might even join you two for some game time. The explicit vibe of her message sparked a vivid, steamy scene in Leo's mind, one that made his cheeks burn. He fumbled at the keyboard in a rush. Offline mode. Maya, you're such a naughty girl. Maya understood. Hee dad. Don't tell me you wouldn't want that. I bet every guy dreams about it. Offline mode. Awkward. He couldn't deny it, not honestly. Leo had never claimed to be a saint. He'd love it if Chloe teamed up with her best friend to make things work. But the whole idea was so intense that even a shameless guy like him hesitated to own up to it. He settled for an awkward emoji. Offline mode. Sigh, Maya, we're quite the pair of schemers, aren't we? Teaming up to pull the wool over Chloe's eyes. Hey, don't put like that. Once you two are married and living normally, it's not really deceiving her. I'm not stealing her guy. We talked it out, and she agreed herself. Besides, as long as you're around, I don't care about the rest. You can do whatever you want with me. I don't mind. I'm already a bad girl anyway. Smirk. Offline mode. Yeah, from now on, you'll live with us. I'll treat you and Chloe exactly the same. What she gets, you get too. Hee, I know you're just sweet-talking me, but it makes me so happy. Keep buttering me up like that. Even if it's all lies, I'll eat it up. Offline mode. Deal. Rose. Hee, then let's lock in this Saturday. You free? If so, give me a heads up, and I'll set up that plan I mentioned. Offline mode. I'm free. What's the plan? Speed. Keeping it a surprise. To show up Saturday, and you'll see. If it works, it'll be no time before I can officially back Chloe up as her support player. Offline mode. All right, get some sleep. Facepalm. Leo deleted the chat history with Maya and flopped back on the bed, feeling a weight lift off his chest. He'd mostly sorted things out with the people around Lily and Chloe. Now, it was just a matter of figuring out how to handle those two directly. He'd always dreaded the day his girlfriends found out about each other. Chloe had only agreed to let Maya in because she was her longtime best friend. They had years of history. It had taken endless coaxing and scheming from him and Maya to get her on board. Similarly, Lily had accepted Isabel because of her kind nature and all the help Isabel had given her. It was a reluctant concession born out of circumstance. Lily and Chloe didn't know each other at all. No common ground to bridge the gap. Getting them to coexist peacefully? That was a tall order. And they'd already made big compromises by letting Isabel and Maya join the picture. If another girlfriend popped up out of nowhere, they'd both flip out. Leo wasn't sure how the sweet, naive Lily would react, but Chloe's strong personality meant she'd probably dump him on the spot. Still, he'd come this far. He couldn't bear to let any of them go. All he could do was commit to the path and prep as much as possible before the storm hit, hoping to soften the blow and buy himself some room to maneuver. As Leo brainstormed, Isabel emerged from the bathroom in her silk pajamas, gliding over gracefully. Seeing his serious expression, she perched on the bed's edge, curious. What's on your mind? You look way down. Sigh. Don't get me started. Some work stuff? Leo brushed it off, burying his face in her chest with a complicated sigh. The unique scent of a mature woman mixed with her body wash enveloped him. Life was full of bitterness, and Leo figured he wasn't built for suffering. With the system on his side, all that was left was to indulge in the sweeter side. Isabel sensed his mood, but didn't pry. She just let him nestle against her like a kid, gently stroking his hair and occasionally tweaking his earlobe. Her tender, accepting touch eased his tension. Moved, Leo looked up at her gentle, supportive face. Isabel, why do you always put up with me like this? She smiled softly, her eyes twinkling with playfulness, echoing words he'd once said to her. Who else am I going to fall for? Come on, everything passes eventually. No point overthinking it. They cuddled for a few minutes before she added gently. If there's anything I can help with down the line, don't hesitate, just ask. I won't mind the hassle. Isabel, you're the best. Leo's nose tingled as he nuzzled closer. He wasn't sure why, but around Isabel, he could always let his guard down and act childish. No wonder guys went for slightly older women. They never poked at a man's vulnerabilities, just offered quiet comfort in their own way. Isabel, I actually need your help right now. Feeling the softness against his cheeks, Leo gazed up from her embrace, hugging her slim waist pleadingly. Isabel, I've been weaned since I was a baby. Think you could make up for my lost childhood? She blinked, then flushed as it sank in, scolding him with a racing heart. You're impossible. Morning light filtered in as Leo stirred from sleep, his mind still foggy. A warm presence enveloped him. He cracked his eyes open to find Isabel nestled against him. Her expression a mix of emotions with a hint of hopeful anticipation. Her lips pursed in thought. What's up, Isabel? You look preoccupied. Leo traced her delicate cheek, curious. Nothing. She masked her complex feelings with a smile. Just feeling lazy lately, like nothing sparks my interest. Anyway, it's only been a few times. What are the odds? But if it does happen, what then? That rascal wouldn't even order delivery like I asked. Isabel hit it well. If not for hearing her inner thoughts, Leo might have missed the turmoil behind her calm facade. Last night was their first without protection. With his enhanced physique and her healthy body, despite her age, the chances were high for an accident. Leo, what do you think Maddie will be like when she's grown? Isabel snuggled closer, testing the waters indirectly, her fingers fidgeting with the sheets. Maddie, huh? Leo pondered, chuckling ruefully. That kid's already a little rascal. Grown up? She'd drive us both nuts. He emphasized us, subtly affirming he saw Maddie as his own. Sigh, sometimes I don't know how to handle her. She's such a handful. Isabel beamed, complaining fondly. Her teacher messaged me the other day. She and Grace are desk buddies, but Maddie still bombed that math quiz, even with copying, barely scraped a 60. Leo grinned, pulling her smooth, curvaceous body closer, chatting casually. She's just a kid. Let her enjoy it. Grades aren't everything. And you, spoiling her rotten. Isabel pinched his cheek teasingly. She used to listen to me so well. Ever since meeting you, it's all Leo said this. Leo thinks that. If it's that bad, maybe we should have another one. Leo suggested eagerly. Maddie's still young. Perfect timing for a sibling to play with. If the first one's a handful, we re-roll with a new character. Isabel stared at him, surprised. Wait, you're serious about wanting one? Of course, it's the fruit of our love. Leo started enthusiastic, then tempered it. But I'll respect your call. If you're in, I'm all hands on deck. Maybe even pull some overtime nights. Always the joker. Isabel blushed, swatting him, then turned serious with concern. I got checked last month. I'm right in that high-risk age bracket. Higher chances of slow development or preterm. If you really want this, I'll start prepping tomorrow to minimize risks. Relax, Isabel. You've got that lucky vibe. It'll be fine. Leo reassured her with a smile. He'd scanned her with his divine eye often. Back when they met, she had minor issues like hormone imbalances. But since knowing him, her physical and mental state were stellar. Pregnancy would be smooth sailing. What's luck got to do with it? Isabel Said Guistfili. I'm pushing 40, an old hag compared to those young things. No way remember that saying? Gray hair with flowers. Laugh not at the Lord. Time never defeats beauty. Leo drew out the words, consoling her earnestly. Isabel, recall what I said when we first met? You're only aging in years, but your beauty? Timeless. Ding. Isabel Vance's affinity toward the host increases by 10 points. Current, 100. Affinity maxed out. She sees you as her most important person. Sigh, now I get why those girls cling to you. You got away with words. Isabel smiled helplessly, her eyes warm on the young man before her. Hey, I don't sweet talk just anyone. Leo feigned pickiness. Only gorgeous women with killer figures get my attention. The plain ones? I don't even bother chatting. So, do I make the cut? Isabel, flattered, pressed closer, her ample softness spreading against him. Whoa, Isabel, we've got to drop Maddie off at school. Leo half resisted, smoothing her tousled hair. No rush, this takes priority. Isabel's breathing grew ragged, her legs hooking his ankle lightly, her hands slipping under the covers unnoticed, eyes alight with desire. Isabel came across as a gentle, homemaking type most days. But once aroused, she outdid any of Leo's girlfriends in initiative, except maybe the loaded Eleanor Hayes. Around 7, Leo and Isabel shared a quick shower before the girls groggily got up to brush their teeth. Got your homework? On the couch, Isabel tied Maddie's hair, gently nagging. Don't tell the teacher you forgot, again. I did it this time. Maddie pouted, making the adults chuckle. Grace smirked too. Leo watched Isabel quietly, her nurturing vibe a stark contrast to the wild woman who'd ridden him like a stallion earlier. Hair done, Isabel stood and caught Leo eyeing her, flashing back to her earlier abandon. Guilty, she averted her gaze, her pretty face flushing visibly. Leo decided not to tease, heading to the private garage. He nearly lit a post-coital cigarette, but recalled their talk, tossing it in the trash by the door instead. When Isabel arrived with the backpack-toting girls, Maddie spotted the discarded cig. Leo, why'd you throw that away? Smoking's bad for you. Leo ruffled her hair, lecturing. Leo's quitting starting now. Oh, the kid nodded cluelessly. Isabel paused, realizing the implication, her captivating eyes filling with warmth. Over the next few days, Leo's production company's latest film shattered records with a staggering $2 billion at the box office, drawing an unbelievable 200 million viewers. It dwarfed the combined totals of the top 10 domestic earners, sweeping every major award in sight. Leo even flew solo to unfamiliar territory in Los Angeles, claiming the industry's most prestigious Golden Reel Award for Best Director amid A-list stars and legendary filmmakers. In mere days, his company had collected every tough-to-win film honor, their display room overflowing with trophies and banners. The movie wasn't just a financial hit. It earned rave reviews from audiences and critics alike. Social media buzzed with praise, dubbing it the blockbuster of the year. Many claim no American film would match it for the next decade. Usually, a smash hit spotlights the actors' performances, with the director as mere backdrop. But Leo's script was so gripping, the characters so vivid, that his name became the hot topic in everyday chats. Even his parents felt the ripple. Coworkers, relatives, and neighbors badgered them for his autograph. Of course, Leo didn't buy his own hype. Maybe a third of those fans were genuine, drawn by the film. The rest were just bandwagon jumpers. Like spotting a viral influencer on the street. Even if you don't know them, you snap pics and pose anyway. It's human nature. Follow the crowd. Heck, an out-of-touch singer doing seesaw stunts could go viral with fans. A high-profile director, like Leo, spot him in public, and the autograph hounds would swarm. Friday night was serene and perfect. In Willow Creek Estate's private yard, Lily and Isabel set up the grill while the girls watched with glee. The lawn glowed emerald under the moonlight, like a plush carpet. Fresh ingredients lined the grill, their aromas tempting. Lily and the landlady chatted amiably as they worked, the kids' laughter echoing. Once the grill was ready, Leo unpacked a bag of charcoal, neatly stacking the dark lumps inside. His hands smudged with soot, he playfully wiped it on Lily's cute, naive face. Maddie giggled, showing her baby teeth. Grace stared blankly at her prank sister. Lily didn't catch on, thinking he was flirting, and shyly ducked her head. Isabel, skewering meat, looked up and spotted the black streak, swatting Leo irritably. "You always picking on Lily." Leo and Maddie snickered mischievously. Grace tugged Lily's sleeve, pointing at her face. Lily checked her phone's front camera, seeing the soot, and shot Leo an adorable glare. She wiped it off with a tissue, ignoring the rascal. "Cute, makes me wanna..." No denying it. Lily's pissed-off look was irresistible, her beauty over the top. "Quick, text Eleanor and see when she's coming." Isabel nodded toward him. "Huh, you invited her." Leo was surprised. "She said she's busy teaching piano lately. Haven't seen her in ages." Isabel glanced at Lily. "Lily did." "You did?" Leo raised an eyebrow. "Did the country girl figure out about him and Eleanor?" "No way." Lily nodded. "Yeah, Eleanor's nearby, so I asked. She said she'd drive over tonight." Leo caught no inner thoughts from Lily. Must be a casual invite for dinner. "Tisk, she's gonna chew me out," Leo muttered under his breath. Since their last meetup, he'd only flirted with Eleanor via text. No in-person time. She'd mentioned piano lessons, and he'd been swamped. Hadn't thought to reach out. Now Lily invites her to a backyard barbecue? Eleanor would definitely give him grief. The doorbell rang. Leo smeared the last of the charcoal dust on the girls' faces and bolted to answer. "Mom, Leo's bullying me." Maddie laughed and stomped, grabbing for the charcoal bag to retaliate, but Isabel stopped her. "No way, that's dirty." Isabel chuckled, kneeling to wipe her daughter's face, then turned to Lily exasperatedly. He's such a big kid sometimes." "Lily, nag him when you get a chance." Isabel peeked at Lily, who was gently cleaning Grace's face, her refined features soft with a watery smile, as if used to her man's antics. "I can't control him. He's the one in charge." Lily stood, smiling helplessly yet warmly. "You handle it, Isabel. I got your back mentally." "Ew, you're starting to sound like him." Isabel teased. Lily laughed shyly. "No way." A evening breeze stirred, tousling the two gentle women's hair as they savored the peaceful, cozy vibe. Their bond had grown seamless over time, like close sisters. When Leo was out, they'd chat about movies, music, or recent reads. Lily, home from class, would join Isabel for shopping sprees, picking outfits and accessories, debating what suited whom or what Leo might like. "Hey, Eleanor, you're here." Leo opened the door to find her standing with security, brows furrowed in mock anger. "Damn it, Leo, having a get-together without inviting me?" "Now, get together, my ass." Leo flushed, glancing at the guard lest he misunderstand. "Don't say stuff like that. People might get the wrong idea." "Miss, call if you need anything." The guard ignored their banter, or perhaps couldn't fathom his innocent charge, saying something risque. He drove off after the reminder. "Damn it, Leo, you're the worst." Alone now, Eleanor threw herself into his arms, eyes flashing resentment and hurt. "You took so much those days, and now you don't even check in. Am I still your girlfriend, or what?" "One, honest debate. You said you were busy, and I've been tied up too. Plus, we texted. Not recommended too." "Fair play, what's that mean? This is my fault. I don't reach out, so you can't? Ever hear of equality?" "Not recommended 3. Dismissive reply." "Huh, like you weren't enjoying it too. You little toy, we're all in." "Highly recommended option 3 analysis. For girls with unique tastes, catering to them hits the mark." Like you weren't enjoying it too. Leo scoffed, lightly patting her smooth cheek, looking down at her. You little toy, we're all in, huh? His dismissive gaze made Eleanor blush like spring blossoms, her eyes sparkling with thrill. Her body quivered slightly, a mix of shy anticipation and electric joy. Memories of those steamy nights flooded back. Damn it, you're awful, she cursed, but her face lit with excitement. Her hands wandered mischievously around his waist, startling him into grabbing his belt. Whoa, cut it out. Lily and Isabel are right in the backyard. Leo, I missed you. Her eyes burned with pent-up emotion, one hand slipping under his shirt to caress. When are you coming over to mess with me again? Soon, whenever I'm free. Leo eyed the yard nervously, fearing the others might spot their push-pull dynamic. No lies, okay? Eleanor's mood lifted. If you flake, I'll show up at your office, and don't blame me for playing dirty. Leo sighed in mock surprise. Oh, threats now? You've gone bad, you little slut. Learn from a best. She huffed proudly, tilting her pretty face, pouting her pink lips expectantly. Come on, quick one, damn, I've missed you. Fine. Leo grumbled reluctantly, diving in for a fierce kiss. Her straightforward personality sometimes left him no choice. Postmate out at the door, they headed to the yard one after the other. By 7 that evening, soft lights bathed the expansive lawn. Lily and Isabel skewered meat with practiced ease, chatting and laughing. The girls lounged on the swing chair, glued to short videos, giggling sporadically. The pool shimmered nearby, crystal clear and picturesque. The yard hummed with tranquil joy. Eleanor paused, taken by the lively scene. Her own mansion was bigger, with a larger lawn and pool, but it lacked this warmth, felt empty. Eleanor, long time no see. Lily greeted first, warm and grateful. Eleanor had helped with that campus bullying mess. Yeah, ages. Eleanor eyed the skewers eagerly. Got gloves? I want to help. I've never threaded a rod before. Huh. Lily blushed scarlet. She'd never heard a girl phrase it so boldly. Isabel glanced worriedly at the girls, hoping they hadn't caught it. It's skewers. Leo interjected, heart pounding. Huh. Same difference, right? Eleanor blinked innocently. You. Fine, here's gloves. Leo gave up, handing them over. Why door duty takes so long? Isabel asked curiously. Eleanor gloved up, covering for him with a smile. Chatting with the driver. Sorry, Isabel. Oh. Isabel nodded, noticing Eleanor's rumpled clothes, piecing it together with a frustrated glance at Leo. Ahem, firing up the grill. Leo scratched his nose guiltily, grabbing the lighter. Maddie Grace, phone's down, come say hi. Isabel's firm tone prompted the girls to hop over, bouncing. Aliano. All set. Eleanor thumbs up, then under Lily's patient guidance, mimicked skewering ingredients. Isabel kept the girls from helping, so they wandered to watch Leo ignite the coals. Soon, flames licked the grill as orange embers glowed. They arranged their picks neatly. After 7 or 8 minutes, the food sizzled done, aromas wafting. Leo brushed on prepped sauces evenly. Here, guest first. Seeing Eleanor's eager stare, he passed her skewer, warning, hot, blow on it. Thanks. She took it daintily, tucking her hair behind her ear, pursing lips to cool the steaming meat. Next moment, Leo cringed as she habitually licked it with her pink tongue. The suggestive move made Lily and Isabel blush and avert eyes. Ahem. Leo coughed discreetly. Eleanor snapped too, nibbling demurely, shifting from vixen to refined lady in a blink. Sigh. Normal mode activated. She's pretty chill when she's not. Yeah. Leo mused inwardly. Night fell, stars twinkling. After the delicious barbecue feast, they lounged on stone stools, savoring the cool breeze, occasionally stargazing. Life felt blissfully simple. Leo tossed out a topic now and then. They'd chat animatedly for minutes before lapsing into comfortable silence. Knowing each other well, no awkwardness, just content smiles all around. Sated, the girls returned to the swing chair for cartoons, ears perking at adult mentions of them. Eleanor's joy peaked tonight, not just from self-grilled skewers and 2 watermelon slices, but fertilizing the holiday tree with the girls. Lily, you're almost on summer break, right? Leo probed. Heading home. At that, Lily noticed Grace watching expectantly. Grace had adapted to city life, but still preferred the countryside, for time with her beloved grandma. Besides Lily, she stuck closest to her rural grand, video calling post-homework without fail. Knowing Grace missed her, Lily nodded softly. I think so. If Leo came with me, that'd be perfect, but would it bother him? He's so busy lately. Despite hearing her thoughts, Leo held back from offering. Summer was short. Chloe would want his time too. Scheduling would be a nightmare. You? Lily mustered courage, fists clenching on her lap, asking indirectly. Busy this summer? Anyone perceptive would catch she meant. Could you join me? Not sure. Company's eyeing a new film. Not wanting to disappoint, Leo hedged. If I'm free, I'll tag along with you sisters for a few days. Okay. Lily's tense face bloomed into a starry smile. If you're not swamped, just a few days would be great. She added, covering, Maddie's been begging you to take her to the water park. Leo got it. Lily was speaking for Isabel. With Eleanor here and Lily's shyness, she couldn't say outright. Don't forget Isabel, too. Using Maddie as cover meant. Remember the landlady. Seemingly naive with her folksy speech, Lily was sharp, just not expressive. Her logic and wording were spot on. Sure, Leo agreed readily. Their bond was stronger than expected, sharing him openly without jealousy. At this rate, group sleepovers might not be far off. Sigh, what a kind soul. Isabel gazed at beaming Lily, a pang of guilt hitting her. Leo, oblivious, heard but thought nothing of it. To push their closeness, he perked up. Hey, want a story? From a buddy's college days. Pretty wild. I mean, what kind? Eleanor, munching seeds, blinked eagerly. Me too. The girls dashed from the swing. Maddie plopped on his lap, eyes wide. Grace sat quietly by Lily. Only Isabel frowned, sensing mischief. So Leo cleared his throat, spinning the yarn. My buddy had lousy sleep in college. Dorms were a snore fest. Roommates snoring kept him up. Swap request denied. He rented off campus. You know, Portland rents sky high. He wanted a single near campus. Cheapest quotes were $2,000 a month. Wait, question. Eleanor raised her hand. $2,000 pricey? For sure, rich folks like you wouldn't get it. Anyway, no interruptions. He found a 700 spot in an old complex. Great setup, except an old cripple died there. Agent said the guy was lame from birth, crutch dependent, always muttering about wishing for good legs. Stop. Not at night. Isabel cut in, toenails sensing his ploy. Scare the girls into sharing his bed. She stood to clear the table. Lily, less attuned, figured he aimed to spook her, joining to help. TSK buzzkills. Leo griped. Smart women around him? Double-edged sword. And then? He moved in. What happened? Eleanor urged eagerly. Leo, are ghosts real? Maddie huddled closer, heart racing. Hee, don't worry. If there are, I'll protect you. Leo comforted, then to Eleanor. Yeah, he did. That night, he felt someone touching his leg. Bolted up, old man at the bed, rasping. Kid, can I have your legs? Clatter. The plate slipped from Isabel's hand, her face flashing terror. She picked it up nonchalantly, but her cleanup slowed noticeably. Lily froze too, shooting Leo a cute glare. Some folk were listening after all. Leo smirked triumphantly. Who knew a stale ghost tale could rattle steady Isabel? Tonight's room would be lively. Leo, was that real? Eleanor huddled closer, scanning the dim yard nervously, fearing the leg-craving ghost might lunge. Leo, ghosts exist. Maddie trembled in his hold. Maddie, even if they do, I'll keep you safe. Leo hugged her, telling Eleanor. All right, bedtime, shower and crash. You head home too. No way, too scared alone. Eleanor pouted. Damn it, Leo. Your fault with that story. I can't go back. Weren't you the one pushing for more? Leo chuckled. Fine, blame me. I'll walk you. House is empty. Can't ask the housekeeper to crash with me. She stomped. I'd never sleep solo tonight. Leo paused, passing her the quivering Maddie. Stay then. Maddie's got you. Kids have strong vibes. Ghosts hate that. Eleanor eyed the shaky girl, blurting. Can I bunk with you? Sure. Ask Lily or Isabel. If they're cool, go for it. Leo grinned, then faked horror behind her. Eleanor, behind you. She jolted, clutching Maddie and bolting to him. Nothing there. Damn you, Leo, always scaring me. In the bright living room, realizing the prank, she flushed angrily, pinching his side as he dodged laughing. Leo meant it as a joke, but Eleanor was genuinely spooked, asking Lily to stay and share a bed. Lily agreed. She was rattled too, empathizing. Perfect for company. Upstairs and downstairs had bathrooms. Eleanor and Isabel showered. Leo had tucked the girls in. He joined Lily on the couch for TV, planning to head up soon. Lily, your PJs feel loose. Eleanor, in Lily's pink cartoon set, tugged the baggy chest. Weird, thought we were similar sizes. Lily blushed at a loss. Leo piped up bluntly. Way off. Check my girlfriend's figure. Hers would swim on you. Eleanor compared Lily's curves to her own, asking earnestly, Lily, any tips? I want to match you. Grab you a blanket. Watch TV. Lily fled upstairs red-faced, leaving them in the vast, quiet living room. Leo, when will you help me grow? Eleanor asked outright. Leo nearly choked. What nonsense? I'm no doc, how? She deadpanned. I looked it up. Boyfriends can help. You told me yourself. All right, Leo recalled, dodging another day. Fine by me. HM. They stared silently. Leo shook his head, patting the spot beside him. Whatever, sit, watch TV, bed soon. Blame you and your ghost story. Eleanor plopped down. I'll crash here a few days. That old man creeped me out. Stay if you want. Lily and Isabel are fine. Just no midnight raids on me. Leo murmured absently, eyeing her pale, dainty feet. Here. Knowing his kink, she plopped them in his lap generously. Thanks, you get me. Leo paused, then fondled them, ears pricked for stairs or bathroom sounds. Considerately, she hiked her pants, exposing snowy calves. Eleanor's feet were exquisite, soft, flawless, scented with body wash. Her rounded, pink toes lethal to a foot enthusiast like him. If Chloe's were like alpine lollipops, Eleanor's were silky Dove chocolate. My place. Sensing his shift, she asked innocently, You okay sleeping like this? With Isabel just starting her shower and Lily upstairs hunting blankets, not down soon, and girls asleep, the risky setup thrilled Leo. Her feet felt scorching. Leo, where's Eleanor? Lily called from upstairs, hugging a short summer blanket, eyeing him on the couch. Washing up for bed, what's up? Leo exhaled contentedly, tweaking his trajectory lest she notice. Nothing, just washed blankets yesterday. Searched forever, only found this one you brought over. Lily said naively. It was Leo's old one from the apartments. Lily had washed and kept it, using it for leg warmth during cold study nights last year. No biggie, not cold anyway. You two use yours. I'll take this. Leo waved it off. Lily nodded, heading to make his bed. Just then, Eleanor slipped in from a side door. Isabel blow-dried in the bathroom. Eleanor had rinsed her feet at the backyard pool. Ahem, upstairs to bed. Leo nodded flushed. Eleanor complied obediently, her gait awkward, with faint red marks on her legs. Wait, where do I sleep? Leo eyed his soft king bed, two stunning women cross-legged on it, feigning confusion. His bed was huge. Even with Isabel, room for him aplenty. Lily glanced at Eleanor, blushing wordlessly. Lily feared ghosts, sure, but craved sleeping with Leo more. This traditional, shy girl, despite wild times with her boyfriend, still hesitated to boldly join him. Usually, he snuck in her bed shamelessly. Tonight's excuse was golden. She rarely slept in his room. But Eleanor's genuine fear made refusing cruel, so she just blushed at Leo. Eleanor eyed them, realizing, jumping up excitedly. I can floor it. You two take the bed. No, you're the guest. Can't make you. Leo startled, guessing her wild assumption, waving her back. Fine, I'll rough it on the floor. Spare rooms existed, or the girls' or Isabel's. But the women were too scared for him to leave, so floor it was. Clean linens and spotless tiles made it doable. Leo spread them, snuggling under his thin blanket contentedly. The girls peeked over. Awkward glance exchanged. They laid down wordlessly. Leo meditated under covers 10 minutes. They chatted briefly before quieting. Eleanor's routine made her doze fast, soft breaths soon following. Leo figured his hoped-for scenario was off. Even Isabel hadn't joined for a pile-on. As he drifted, a tall silhouette tiptoed over, settling beside him carefully, even tucking his pillow. Pitch black, Leo pondered if rich girl or country girl, until that massive softness pressed his back. Instant recognition. Turning, he embraced Lily's voluptuous form, amused. Bed too good? Prefer floor. You awake? Sightless. But facing him, Lily shrank shyly. Lily's enduring innocence thrilled Leo. Always fresh, never stale, like perpetual honeymoon phase. Can't sleep, that's snoring. Leo nuzzled her heaving swells greedily, mumbling. He felt her skin heat. No fooling, Eleanor might hear. Lily's heart raced, shaking her head, yet no resistance, just helplessly eyeing her roguish boyfriend. Private times, Leo's teasing drew her shy responses. But with Eleanor nearby, she glanced back tensely, fearing noise. She's out. Leo caressed her pale thigh. Her vulnerability fueled his urge to tease. You're always so mean, picking on me. Lily pouted aggrievedly, tracing his cheek. Leo knew. Permission granted. My fault. Hands busy, he praised lavishly. Who made you so gorgeous, with a body like this? How could I resist? Oomph. Lily's lips pursed cutely. His flattery landed, but she disliked his rush. Most innocent girls reacted thus, helpless against boyfriend's advances, compromising endlessly. As they ignited, Leo missed Eleanor's snoring cease. Ding! Eleanor Hayes' affinity toward the host increases by 10 points. Current, 100. Affinity maxed out. She sees you as her most important person. Leo jolted, glancing bedward. Eleanor had shifted to the edge, mere inches behind Lily. Waking next morning, Leo felt empty arms. Groggily sitting up, he saw Lily gone, rumpled linens warm. Recent departure. Rubbing his head, he noticed Eleanor still asleep. She lay peacefully, long lashes fanning shadows, raven hair cascading like a waterfall across the pillow, brushing her cheek. Leo stood waist-high by the bed, pondering. Hard to reconcile this porcelain-skinned, silky beauty, elegant in repose, with last night's frenzied Spider-Man antics. Kitchen noises downstairs suggested Lily prepping breakfast. He patted Eleanor's cheek. Up, breakfast time. She frowned, scratching her pale neck, opening eyes reluctantly. Spotting him, she rolled over drowsily. Let me sleep more. Last night wiped me out. Unresponsive, he tucked her in, but lifting covers revealed cartoon pants on her calves, with white lace panties midway. Leo gaped, flipping the blanket, flushing. He smacked her pert, but, wake up. What? She sat up, rubbing eyes, morning grummaxed. Leo cursed, red-faced. You nuts? Sleeping pantsless. Put him on before Lily sees. Oh, forgot, sorry. Eleanor peeked under, lazily dressing, pouting. Damn, blame you, kept me up with Lily. Leo's mouth twitched, speechless. Only Eleanor could brazenly admit eavesdropping on a couple's intimacy. But he'd done it deliberately for her, tit for tat, so he teased knowingly. You peeked last night? Little Toy enjoyed the show. Yes, saw it. She nodded unashamed, thumbs-upping. Damn, hottest episode ever. Now. 6 people in the villa, mint staggered washes, makeup, footsteps constant. After the bustle quieted, Lily and Isabel finished breakfast. Everyone trickled to the table. Lily. Isabel noted her staring at Eleanor, probing. Pass the ladle. Ah, sure. Lily blushed, hastily handing hers over. You okay? Seem off. Maybe rest up. I can shop solo. Weekly, Lily and Isabel grocery shop together, their homemaker packed. I'm fine. Let's go together. Lily shook her head guiltily, sipping oatmeal daintily, face reddening visibly. The naive girl still reeled from last night's audacity with her boyfriend. Wonder if Eleanor heard. So embarrassing. Never trusting that rascal again. Hearing her thoughts, Leo stifled a laugh over his bagel. Next time? Definitely. What happened with these 3 last night? No way. Isabel nibbled toast absently, scanning Leo and Eleanor's faces, shock-tinged blush rising. But she dismissed the wild notion. Knowing Lily's reserved nature, she couldn't imagine her joining Leo's antics. Plus, Lily never mentioned Eleanor. Leo hadn't confessed. So, Isabel eyed Leo curiously, planning a later interrogation. Join you today. Leo scratched his nose guiltily. Day off. Let's shop together. Lunch out. If Leo's going, me too. Maddie piped up. The kid usually skips shopping. Boring. But with Leo, way better than home movies. Leo, count me in. Never done real shopping. Eleanor enthused. Leo countered. Sure, but no lessons today? She pondered, phone out, pushing them to evening. Cool. Leo agreed, asking Grace beside Lily. You in, Grace? Aye. Homework's not done. Grace bowed head sadly. I want to go, but car's 5-seater. Might bother Leo. No rush. Do it later. It's Saturday. Leo shrugged casually. Kids detail-oriented. Post-breakfast tidy. They headed to downtown Walmart, super close to Willow Creek Estates. Drive under 10 minutes. So short, Leo skipped 2 cars. In the BMW's back, Lily held quiet Grace. Isabel wrangled lively Maddie. The similar-tempered women chatted amiably. Girls peppered front seat Eleanor with talk. Post-recovery, her personality bubbled. She bantered joyfully with them about familiar cartoons. Leo marveled. Lonely Eleanor watched kiddie shows. Savoring the car's harmonious vibe, he glanced rear view at the nurturing duo. Fulfillment swelled. He eased off the gas subconsciously. Their dynamic defied norms. Mind-blowing, really. But at this point, why fight it? Embrace the now, screw societal judgments. Isabel, teach Lily driving sometime. Leo steered casually. By sophomore year, she could drive to class, shop solo. Sure. Isabel agreed, asking Lily. Summer? I'll coach you then. Leo interjected, fearing price pushback. Summer's free. Don't say otherwise. Lily eyed his profile, nodding docilely. Okay, whatever you say. She'd settle for bus or e-scooter. Hated Leo splurging. But after dating him, she knew protesting would upset him. Best accept graciously. Eleanor tuned out, gazing out her wide-open window. Summer wind tousled her hair. She eyed, warping her voice like bubble sounds. Leo chuckled, sometimes adorably childish. Hard to believe this goof aced SATs at 1600. Oh, Leo, what's that? Eleanor lit up, pointing at a bustling farmer's market. Looks fun. Leo glanced. Farmer's market? Never been. She shook no. What's it for? Lily explained. Like a produce spot. Isabel and I shopped there last week. Eleanor eager. Since we're buying anyway, let's hit that. I've never. I'm game. Leo shrugged, asking back. You two? The accommodating pair exchanged knowing smiles. Lily. Sure, like Eleanor said, same difference. Fun detour. Leo turned, teasing. Whoa, unanimous. Eleanor's got pull. She beamed, clearly feeling pampered despite being older than Lily. Parked nearby temporarily, Leo led Eleanor and girls strolling. Lily and Isabel handled produce. This market teetered on closure. Hygiene iffy. Vendors mostly rural elders hauling goods. No match for air-conditioned upscale stores. But amid working-class locals, it buzzed. Hawkers yelling, shoppers bargaining, odd sense mingling. Eleanor found a gritty vibe way cooler than fancy Walmart. Novel wares everywhere. Leo chicks? So many colors. Watch your mouth. Kids here. Dyed artificially, won't last long. Silkworms. Leo, look, damn, they're chubby. Damn it, language. Whoa. Leo, that guy's getting eels. Oh, reminds me of this streamer who stuck an eel in. MMPH. Sorry, dude. Girlfriends offer meds. Ignore. Leo, try this, my treat. EW, clumpy like poop. With yellow powder? Even more. See? Stranger danger. Sprawling market, 10+ minutes from entrance to exit. En route, Eleanor bought everyone rice cake dust. Machine-extruded glutinous rice dusted with sweet soybean powder. Leo ate it as a kid from a bike vendor blasting, You're My Sunshine MIDI. That tune meant begging parents for a box. Eleanor forked hers, musing. Looks gross, tastes great. Finishing hers, she cheekily pilfered the girls. Grace stared helplessly as hers dwindled. Maddie tolerated a couple, but as hers vanished, she stomped. Ugh, Eleanor meanie. Eleanor, toothpick dangled smugly, strutting ahead. Her cocky swagger mirrored someone's eerily. At the exit, Eleanor spotted something novel, squeezing into the crowd. Lily and Isabel still shopping. Market sketchy. Leo gripped the girls, trailing her. Squeezing through, an old man sold pups in baskets. Fluffy mutts, chubby balls of fur with curious eyes. Girls loved fuzzies, Eleanor no exception. She cooed over each basket, eyes doting, asking the pipe-smoking geezer hopefully. Mister, can I pet your pups? He nodded, grinning. She joyfully ruffled their heads. Maddie joined eagerly with Leo's nod, petting gleefully. Grace stayed placid by Leo, hand in his. Rural kid, she'd seen strays aplenty at markets, no novelty. Leo indifferent to pets. Enjoyed cute videos for relaxation. But raising one? Nah, lazy with mild germophobia. He shunned shedding, poop duty. Common mindset nowadays. He'd pet neighbors, even buy treats. But full care? No thanks. You two done. Leo tapped wrist. I'm getting hot. Oh, Eleanor reluctantly released a black pup's head. Standing, the black one yipped at her. She whirled. Leo, it's calling me? Leo deadpanned. Sis, you speak dog? She shook no, lingering wistfully at the tongue-lolling black pup, then pouting pleadingly at Leo. Like a kid eyeing a doll, begging parents. What? Leo shrugged amused. Like it? Buy and keep. Really? Okay. She lit up, though puzzled at her own deference. Leo paused, sensing shadows of her parents' twisted upbringing, still seeking permission subconsciously. Real or not, buy if you want. Leo casual. You're healed. Parents won't stop you now, right? She eyed the goofy black pup, biting lip hesitantly, gazing at Leo. Leo, you buy it for me? I'll Venmo you after. 1. Snap out. Can't care for yourself now, pet. Crazy? Not recommended 2. Dogs, meh. If you want, I'll drive to a pet store for a cat later. Recommended 3. You nuts? Telling me this? Highly recommended option 3 analysis. Harsh words, gentle deeds. Most girls love it, especially ones into you. You nuts? Telling me this? Leo frowned disgustedly. approaching the man, pointing at the black pup. Sir, we'll take the black one. Got a leash? Tie it up. Watching Leo haggle, Eleanor's heart warmed inexplicably. To outsiders, trivial. But context mattered, especially for varied personalities. Eleanor's parents banned pets, even proximity. Asking Leo to let him brave it for her. Her obsession, willingness to cover and indulge, his taboo-shattering vibe. Soon, Leo returned leashed pup, handing over. Here, from now on, this black one's yours. Take good care. Rope in hand, she gazed at Leo, nose tingling, eyes misty. Damn, Leo, you're hot. Not the first to say. He nodded matter-of-factly. She knelt, untying the leash, lifting its forepaws overhead dramatically. Pup, you're free. Watching her fervent declaration, Leo smiled thoughtfully. Freedom wasn't just for the dog, but a long-caged, vibrant soul. Freedom aside, dog's a dog. Leo releashed it. Leash outdoors, be responsible. Eleanor stared dazedly at the leashed pup, thrill flickering. Damn, so jealous, I want that too. Now. Inside the Willow Creek Estates villa, Isabel and Lily started prepping lunch while the two younger girls did their homework upstairs. Out on the private lawn, Eleanor was gleefully playing with the little black puppy they had just brought home. Leo, meanwhile, sat distractedly on the porch swing, anxiously waiting for a message from Maya. She told him something important was happening today, something that would perfectly resolve the situation with Chloe. He had no idea what his mischievous daughter was cooking up, but knowing her, it was going to be big. Saturday, come. Shake, Eleanor commanded, holding her hand out expectantly to the puppy. She had named the little black dog Saturday, just as Robinson Crusoe had named the native he met Friday after the day they'd met. On the way home, Eleanor had already gone online and ordered a mountain of expensive dog food and toys, even commissioning a super deluxe custom dog bed. Leo had to wonder if the dog had smelled the money on the little heiress. Otherwise, why would it have barked so suddenly to get her attention? The puppy hadn't been professionally trained, so it had no idea what shake meant. It had a feisty, yappy personality and wasn't shy at all, just jumping and barking at Eleanor's outstretched hand. Eleanor, don't spoil him too much, Leo said, walking over and gently pressing the boisterous little fur ball to the ground with one hand. Dogs are all about hierarchy. They have a really strong sense of rank. He gave her a serious look. You have to establish dominance early on. If you're always submissive with him, he won't see you as his owner. He'll see you as his subordinate. That's when you get bad habits like food aggression and biting. Really? Eleanor's eyes widened with curiosity as she poked the puppy's chubby cheek with a slender finger. I had no idea having a pet was so complicated. Of course, it's not as simple as it looks. What, having regrets? Leo asked with a smile. It's not too late to give him away. And don't be fooled by how cute he is now. Most mutts like this get uglier when they grow up. It was one of those strange truths about mixed-breed dogs. Their cuteness seemed to burn out as they aged. The more adorable they were as puppies, the more homely they often became as adults. It wasn't an exaggeration. No way. I can learn all that stuff, Eleanor said, shaking her head. She looked at the puppy with genuine affection. Besides, he's a gift from you. I could never give him to someone else. Oh, listen to you, you shameless flirt. Where did you learn to sweet talk like that? Leo grinned, pleased. He leaned in and gave Eleanor a quick kiss before walking back toward the living room, completely satisfied. Calling me names again. Eleanor blushed, a happy little hum escaping her lips. He watched TV in the living room for a while until Maya's message finally came through. Maya understood Dad, the alley behind the university, next to the little convenience store. Get here fast. Offline mode, 10 minutes. After deleting the chat history, Leo scrambled to his feet and called out to the two women busy in the kitchen. I'm not going to be here for lunch. Something came up at work that I need to handle. Lily, of course, had no objection and just gave a sweet-natured nod. Isabel, however, sounded annoyed. What's so urgent? Can't it wait until after you eat? Who's the boss? Leo replied with a helpless, wry smile, then added with audacious cheek. If it were the old days, I might have stayed. But now I have two wives to support. As the man of the house, I've got to hustle, right? Lily's expression was a complex mix of emotions as she looked at him. Isabel, on the other hand, was a whirlwind of embarrassment and anger. She waved a hand dismissively. Go, just get out of here. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm gone. Leo grinned, grabbed his keys and wallet, and sped off toward PSU. He's getting more and more unfiltered, Isabel muttered, her heart fluttering. Lily's hands paused for a moment. She didn't reply, but instead, a look of peaceful acceptance crossed her face as she took off her apron. Isabel, you can tell Maddie and Grace to come down and wash up for lunch. I'll go get Eleanor. Oh. As Isabel watched with a slightly dazed expression, Lily walked out of the kitchen and onto the lawn to call Eleanor. Sometimes, things didn't need to be said aloud. An atmosphere of mutual, unspoken understanding was the most comfortable. If only it could stay like this forever, Isabel sighed, her mind racing. She prayed silently, just hoping that boy wouldn't stir up any more trouble. Leo parked near Portland State and strode toward the alley Maya had mentioned. Thankfully, the campus hadn't changed much, and after spending 4 years here, he found the spot easily. The closer he got, the more nervous he felt. He remembered this alley as a notorious hangout for the rougher crowd of students. They were always here, either smoking and shooting the shit or trying to hit on girls. Stepping into the dim alley, Leo quickly spotted Maya, surrounded by a group of guys. The one closest to her was pointing a finger in her face, shouting, "Well, here we are, you player. So tell me, does your daddy have any balls or not? Hey, what do you think you're doing?" Leo had no idea what was going on, but these guys didn't look like actors Maya had hired. He wasn't about to stand by and watch her get bullied. He yelled, running over and pulling Maya behind him protectively. "The hell? Who are you?" the lead guy asked, cocking his head and glaring at Leo. The others looked just as confused. A couple of them, however, seemed to recognize his face from somewhere and pulled out their phones, opening up TikTok to compare. Maya had been feeling intimidated, but the moment Leo arrived as promised, a powerful sense of security washed over her. She peeked out from behind him and snorted triumphantly. "He's my boyfriend." "Whoa, dude, don't listen to her," one of the guys behind the leader spat, his teeth gritted. "This bitch is a total player. She scammed all of us online. She added us all to a group chat today and told us if we had the balls, we should meet up in person instead of being keyboard warriors." Hearing that, Leo finally understood Maya's scheme. She had staged a damsel in distress plot. If he wasn't mistaken, Chloe was probably already on her way. Maya had a history of being an e-girl who farmed clout and got others to boost her account. And now, she was standing in front of a whole crowd of her victims. Honestly, if it weren't for the system, Leo might have actually started to doubt her. "All right, guys, look," Leo began, deciding to de-escalate. After all, Maya was technically in the wrong, and he had no high ground to stand on. "Whatever my girlfriend did wrong in the past, I apologize on her behalf." He offered a solution. "I'll give each of you $1,000 for your emotional distress. Besides, my girlfriend didn't scam you out of money or anything else. The most she did was get you to help her rank up in a game. That's a lot better than most gold diggers, right?" At his words, the guys exchanged glances, trying to gauge each other's reactions. $1,000 wasn't a fortune, but it wasn't nothing either. More importantly, Leo's attitude was sincere. And it was true. Maya hadn't taken anything tangible from them, other than playing with their naive emotions. One of the guys held up his phone, comparing the video on his TikTok feed to Leo's face. Are you Leo Shepard? The guy who directed that movie?" he asked in surprise. As soon as he said it, the others took a closer look at Leo, their eyes widening in disbelief. They couldn't believe that the director who had blown up recently would show up in a dingy alley to defend a clout-chasing girlfriend. "That's me." Since he'd been recognized, Leo admitted it freely, then added a subtle, apologetic jab. "I was actually supposed to be heading to Hong Kong with Julian Croft for an interview today, but I didn't realize my girlfriend had caused you all so much trouble. I'm really sorry about that." His words were a masterful blend of conciliation and threat. He was openly telling them that he was on the same level as A-list superstars. If they decided to blow this up, it wouldn't end well for them. Most people are drawn to power, especially when it came to a hotshot director who was currently the talk of the town. They weren't about to pick a fight with Leo over something so minor. Besides, here was a famous director apologizing so sincerely to a bunch of regular college guys and even offering compensation. How could they not take the olive branch? "So what if you made a movie? I paid to be in one in Japan before." Just as everyone was ready to let it go, the guy who had been the most aggressive, Blake, piped up. "I don't care. This isn't over." "Then what do you want?" Leo asked, a tight smile on his face. He really didn't want this to escalate. "You're so rich. Give me 20 grand, the guy said, spitting arrogantly. He pointed at Maya, behind Leo. "And make your bitch girlfriend apologize to me. Otherwise, today, I'm definitely gonna." Before he could finish, Leo's patience snapped. He acted on pure instinct, clenching his fist and swinging. The speed was incredible. In the blink of an eye, his fist connected squarely with the man's jaw, and he crumpled to the ground, stiff as a board. Everyone, including Leo himself, was stunned. He stared at his own fist in disbelief for a second before it dawned on him. He was a trained fighter. A simple punch, enhanced by his masterful combat skills, was more than enough to neutralize an opponent. He wasn't some street brawler, and his life was usually so peaceful that he rarely needed to use these skills. If this idiot hadn't provoked him, Leo would have almost forgotten he even had them. His policy was to solve problems with money whenever possible, aiming for a peaceful resolution. But the guy had crossed a line. At a moment like this, any man with an ounce of pride would have reacted. You either talk back or you fight back. If you can't even protect your own girlfriend, what kind of man are you? Of course, this was a civilized society, and Leo was a public figure. The last thing he wanted was to be plastered all over the tabloids for a brawl. The truth might have garnered public support. After all, defending your girlfriend from a verbal abuser was something most people would applaud. But Leo's life was already complicated enough. He couldn't afford that kind of mass exposure, especially over a woman. If his other girlfriends found out, the problems would multiply. So, to everyone's astonishment, Leo rushed over to the unconscious man, frantically pressing the pressure point below his nose, praying he hadn't killed him. Luckily, Leo hadn't used much force. It was just that his fighting talent had guided the punch to the perfect spot. The human jaw is connected to the trigeminal nerve and the cerebellum. Professional boxers and MMA fighters often target the jaw to disrupt the opponent's balance and cause a temporary blackout. Soon enough, the man Leo had knocked out groaned and opened his eyes. He saw Leo looming over him and scrambled backward in terror, screaming hysterically. You hit me. Do you know who my dad is? You're so screwed, I'm telling you. Your dad is David Foster, the HR manager at Sterling Group, right? I had drinks with him a few days ago. Leo had been wondering why this kid was so bold. A quick use of his system's insight revealed the connection. The guy's dad worked at his own father's company. Leo patted his shoulder, his expression unreadable. Look, man, I really don't want to make this a big deal. Because if I do, I can have your dad fired in a heartbeat. If you don't believe me, we can test that theory. In truth, Leo wasn't entirely sure he could pull it off. While he could probably ask his estranged father, he wasn't about to change his principles for some random jackass. He was bluffing, but he just named the guy's father and his position, and, combined with his own social standing, it was more than enough to be convincing. It's a small thing. No need to bring out the big guns, Leo said with a harmless smile, gesturing to a stunned Maya behind him. Now, apologize to my girlfriend, and this will all be over. I'm sorry, ma'am. What I said before was out of line. Under Leo's combination of threats and reason, the rich kid stammered out an apology. Guys like him, so-called trust fund babies, were just coasting on their family's money or their parent status. They acted tough, but the moment you stood up to them, they folded. They were spoiled children who'd never faced real adversity, used to getting their way and bullying others. When they ran into someone with actual backbone, their own weakness was exposed, especially when, in terms of both power and physical force, he was no match for Leo. See? That's better. It was a small issue. No need for all this drama, Leo said with a satisfied smile. He reached down and pulled the dazed guy to his feet, asking with concern, I didn't mean to do that. Did I hurt you? Need some money for a doctor? I'm fine. No trouble, the guy said with a pained smile, now genuinely afraid of this guy who could switch from violent to diplomatic in a second. He had been knocked out instantly. His brain's protective mechanism hadn't even given him a chance to feel the pain. Watching Leo, who had just been a whirlwind of violence, now smoothly chatting with the group and single-handedly controlling the situation, Maya felt an indescribable flutter in her chest. The truth was, when a girl gets into an argument, regardless of who is right, deep down she wants her man to stand up for her. For a troubled girl like Maya, who craved that kind of protection, it was even more potent, especially given how perfectly Leo had handled everything. Just then, the shrill sound of a siren echoed from the end of the alley. A police car screeched to a halt, and a male and a female officer quickly got out. Who called the police? Is there a fight here? The male officer asked, his expression stern as he surveyed the group. TSK. Good daughter. Is this more of your handiwork? Leo shot a look at Maya, on the verge of tears. He finally understood her master plan. I called, Maya admitted with an awkward smile. Things had already gone off script. She quickly clarified, I'm sorry, officers, it was just a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding? The officer eyed her suspiciously, then turned to the group of guys. Is that right? Yes, a misunderstanding. It's like this, Officer Blake, the guy who'd been punched, said nervously. If his parents found out he'd been taken to the precinct, he'd be dead. We just had some issues over a video game, so we decided to meet up and talk it out. It's not what you think, right? It's a misunderstanding, the others chimed in, nodding frantically. Several of them had doxed Maya online and didn't want this escalating any further. It better be, the officer said, giving them a hard look. Seeing no signs of a fight, he issued a stern warning. You all look like adults. Don't act like kids and get into brawls. Win, and you go to jail. Lose, and you go to the hospital. This is Portland, not the set of some gangster flick. We know. Seeing that the officer was willing to let it slide, everyone nodded again. If Leo had won them over with his words, the officer was on another level entirely. They wouldn't dare step out of line in front of the police. Since it's a misunderstanding, on your way out, remember to delete my girlfriend's gaming information, all right? Save the officers the trouble of having to come out here again next time, Leo added, seizing the opportunity to resolve the doxing issue once and for all. Got it. The guys nodded again, their hearts pounding. They knew exactly what Leo was implying and that he didn't want to make a scene. Otherwise, the charge of releasing private information alone would be enough to land them in serious trouble. Hey, you look really familiar, the female officer said, studying Leo thoughtfully. Aren't you that director who's really popular right now? What was his name? Leo Shepard. Oh, right, Leo Shepard. Whoa, it really is, the male officer said, pulling out his phone and comparing a TikTok video. He looked ecstatic. I can't believe it's really you, Director Shepard. A lot of my colleagues at the precinct have seen your movie. It's really good. I've seen it 3 times. Thanks, I appreciate the support, Leo said with a smile, then apologized to the 2 officers. I'm really sorry for the trouble my girlfriend caused you both. No problem. Since it was a misunderstanding, it's all cleared up, the male officer said, waving his hand dismissively. Then he asked expectantly, Can I get a picture with you? I want to show it off to my colleagues. Sure, but could you not post it publicly? Leo hesitated for a moment before smiling tactfully. You 2 probably understand the nature of my work. The paparazzi and tabloids are on me 24/7. I have no privacy. Of course. The 2 officers glanced at Maya and understood. Leo didn't want to publicize his relationship. Plenty of celebrities were like that, fiercely protective of their private lives, especially a director as hot as he was right now. So, Leo took a photo with the 2 officers. After a final verbal warning to the guys, the police let them all go. Leo, Maya. Just then, Chloe finally appeared at the mouth of the alley, panting and covered in a light sheen of sweat. She saw the 2 of them flanked by the police, then watched with alarm as the other guys trickled out. She rushed over, her voice tight with worry. Are you guys okay? Piggy, are you hurt anywhere? Chloe rushed over, her voice tight with worry. We're fine, Maya quickly reassured her with a smile. It's all sorted out. It was just a misunderstanding. Really? Chloe was still unconvinced, looking worriedly at the 2 officers. Officers, is everything okay? Was my boyfriend threatened by those guys or anything? You have to investigate thoroughly. It's fine, we've already resolved. Huh? Wait, he's your boyfriend. The 2 officers paused, then shot a very complicated look at Leo. Lao. Under the scornful gazes of the 2 officers, Leo awkwardly escorted Maya and Chloe out of the dim, embarrassing alley. The summer sun beat down, sending shimmering waves of heat rising from the pavement that made it feel like walking through a steam room. The 3 of them walked aimlessly down the empty sidewalk under the blazing sun. This was the first time they had all been together since Chloe and Maya had agreed to their arrangement. The atmosphere was strange, each of them lost in their own thoughts. That was a close call today, Maya said, sounding genuinely relieved. Good thing you got there in time, Leo. Otherwise, those guys might have actually hurt me. You could say that again, Leo retorted, not unkindly. Just stop scamming people online from now on. Don't worry, I've already turned over a new leaf. Didn't you see I changed my username? Maya said with a playful wink. Then her smile faded into a bitter, self-deprecating sigh. It's kind of pathetic, really. When they were threatening me, I realized I had no one to call for help. Not a single person I could rely on. If your boyfriend hadn't come to help me, Chloe, I honestly don't know what I would have done. Maya's father wouldn't be released for another 2 days. Even if he were out, Chloe knew that if her best friend called him, he'd probably just yell at her for causing her own trouble. And Maya didn't want to bother her mom, which left only her boyfriend. Chloe opened her mouth, wanting to comfort her friend, but with Leo standing right there, she felt too awkward. Instead, she found an excuse to send him away. Piggy, there's a convenience store around the corner to the right. Go get us some water. All right. Leo didn't hesitate. He figured the 2 of them had things to talk about, so he headed off. Once he was gone, the girls found a shady spot to escape the oppressive heat. Neither of them spoke, just silently watching Leo's retreating figure. Maya, usually so talkative, was unusually quiet, her expression terrifyingly calm. She stared into the distance, her eyes wide, and they quickly began to redden. I'm so sorry, Chloe, Maya finally whispered, after staring without blinking for a long time. Letting every sad thought she had wash over her, she finally squeezed out 2 lines of tears. She rubbed her eyes pitifully, looking utterly heartbroken. I really didn't mean to steal your boyfriend. It's just, I really like Leo. I feel so safe just being near him. I'm so sorry. Okay, stop crying. Chloe, her heart pounding, pulled a tissue from her bag and handed it to Maya. She glanced around nervously, terrified a passerby might overhear her best friend's insane confession. You know, when you told me about this last time, even though I was happy for you, I was still really sad. We've known each other for so long, and I really don't want to share my boyfriend. But I've realized I can't live without Leo. I really love him. Maya sobbed, her voice thick with tears as she gripped Chloe's hand. Chloe, are you really okay with us living like this? Tell me the truth. If you're not, I'll leave both of you right now and never bother you again. All right. That's enough, Chloe said, spotting a young couple who looked like fellow students staring at them in disbelief. Her face flushed beet red as she clamped a hand over Maya's mouth. I already told you I was okay with it, didn't I? Why do you keep asking? Sniffle. Chloe, you're the best, Maya wailed, throwing her arms around her best friend's neck. Okay, you're not a kid anymore. Chloe knew half of what her friend was saying was an act, possibly a calculated move to win her sympathy. But she was too soft-hearted to cut ties with her best friend, so she had little choice but to go along with it. When Leo returned with the water, he found Maya sobbing in Chloe's arms. The funny thing was the second Maya spotted him, she kept crying, but at the same time gave him this little gotcha smile and a playful okay sign. Sigh. This daughter of mine is nothing but trouble, Leo thought, but he felt a wave of relief. It looked like Maya had successfully won Chloe over. Now, all that was left was the most difficult one to handle, his sweet country mouse, Lily Reed. As the sun began to set, the 3 of them had dinner together. Afterward, Leo drove them to the beach where he and Chloe had their first date. It was Chloe's idea to come here, and the implication was obvious. So, this is where you 2 met. I have to say, it's really beautiful, Maya said, fully aware that her friend was asserting her territory. She played along. Hey, Leo, tell me how you 2 met. I know it had something to do with roasted nuts, but give me the details. Well, I was at the food truck pot over there buying some nuts, and he came up and started talking to me. Then he ran across the street to ask for my number. Chloe jumped in, worried Leo's version might be different from hers. It was no big deal, really. He seemed sincere, so I gave him my contact info. It was pretty normal. Leo saw Chloe's proud, shy glances and quickly backed her up. Yeah, I just thought she was beautiful. I followed her for a few blocks, working up the courage to ask for her number. What about dates? Did anything fun happen? Maya asked curiously. We just walked around and had dinner, Chloe said, her memory still fresh. I remember on our first date, he was trying to be all suave and took me out for duck. Maya's eyes widened. Wait, you 2 hit a home run on your first date. Roast duck. Get your mind out of the gutter. Chloe quickly corrected her. They walked along the shore until they reached the end of the beach, where a pile of jagged rocks blocked their path. Chloe paused, a sweet, nostalgic smile gracing her delicate features. This was where she and Leo had their first date, and their first kiss. Chloe had always been a girl who cherished details and romance. Memories like this, shared with her boyfriend, were things she would hold on to for a lifetime, looking back on them with fondness even when she was old. Just then, she felt a hand gently take hers. She looked up to see Leo smiling at her. He remembered the significance of this place too. Piggy, Chloe said suddenly, her eyes full of defiant pride. What MMPH? Before Leo could finish, Chloe grabbed his collar, pulled him down, and kissed him hard, right in front of her best friend, Maya. What's with the sneak attack? Leo asked curiously after they broke apart. What? You got a problem with it? Under Maya's slightly surprised gaze, Chloe released Leo's collar, completely satisfied. She tapped his chest defiantly with the back of her hand, her chin held high. You're my boyfriend. I'll do whatever I want. With that, she shot a triumphant look at Maya, as if to tell her meddling best friend. As long as the queen is on the throne, the rest of you are just ladies in waiting. Let's go. Time to go home and sleep, Chloe said, brushing her hair back from her face where the sea breeze had tousled it. She started walking back, feeling pleased with herself. Although she wasn't entirely happy with how things had turned out, no normal girl wants to share her boyfriend with her best friend. Their parents had already met. It was possible they could get married right after graduation. Maya's dysfunctional family had left her with no interest in marriage, and she'd promised Chloe she wouldn't compete on that front. So, Chloe figured it was better to bring her friend along for the ride than for them both to end up hurt. Besides, she was confident her boyfriend would never truly leave her. But after a few steps, she realized the other two weren't following. Instead, she heard the distinct, wet sound of kissing. Chloe whipped around to see Maya, cupping Leo's face in her hands, kissing him with a greedy, feverish passion. Unlike Chloe's kiss, when these two separated, a single, glistening strand of saliva connected their lips. "Chloe, your boyfriend is amazing," Maya said, swallowing hard. She breathed out, her words like a warm caress as she looked at Chloe, her face flushed with excitement and her eyes filled with undeniable desire. When Chloe had agreed to this arrangement, she had mentally prepared herself for the fact that her best friend and boyfriend would get intimate. But seeing it happen right in front of her was still deeply unsettling, a strange, twisted feeling in her gut. She'd assumed that if they were going to do anything, they'd at least have the decency to be discreet. She never imagined Maya would be bold enough to kiss her boyfriend right in front of her, and so intimately. She felt like she was growing a pair of green antlers. "You fucking player. I'm going to kill you," Chloe shrieked, raising her fists and charging at them. "Leo, your girlfriend is so scary," Maya cooed, quickly ducking behind him. She put on a pitiful, high-pitched voice. "Not like me. I would only ever dote on my big brother." "God damn it." Maya's shameless act sent Chloe's blood pressure soaring. For a moment, she was at a loss for how to deal with her thick-skinned friend, so she turned her fury on Leo. "Piggy, why did you use your tongue?" Leo would deny it to his dying day. "I didn't. She hooked me in." "Bullshit. I saw you actively participating." Chloe stomped her foot in frustration, twisting the skin at his waist. "The motto is a chance not taken is a chance wasted, right? It's only been a few days, and you two are already cheating behind my back. What would happen if I let you two meet up alone?" Leo was speechless, but Maya, bold as ever, peeked out from behind him. "It's okay, Chloe," she said playfully. "Next time, we can all do it together. I can play support." The suggestion conjured a series of inappropriate images in Chloe's mind. Her face turned a frightening shade of red, and in her rage, her Idaho accent came roaring out. I'll be damned. Maya Pierce, you really are a tramp." Maya just laughed, unconcerned. She wrapped her arms around Leo's waist from behind, rubbing against his broad back affectionately. "What can I say?" she purred. "I just like him so much." Chloe couldn't take any more of her friend's antics. She grabbed Leo's hand and tugged him away. "Let's go," she grumbled. "Don't play with this lunatic." Watching the two of them walk away, Maya let out a sigh of relief, a complex smile on her face. "Forget a 3-stack. If Dad's willing, I'm ready for a party of any size." Night fell, the sky dotted with stars. Back at Timeless Impressions, Leo stepped out of the shower, still giving off a faint steam. He casually towel-dried his damp hair and flopped onto the bed, feeling relaxed and content. Just then, the door creaked open, and a small figure slipped inside, startling him. He looked up to see Chloe in her pajamas, her face a mask of misery and unhappiness, as if she'd suffered a great injustice. She silently climbed onto the bed and sat squarely on his waist, staring at him with a complicated expression. Leo watched her, surprised, try to read her mood, but Chloe just sat there, her gaze a mixture of emotions that made him feel inexplicably nervous. He decided to play dumb. "What's up? Want to sleep together?" Chloe cupped his face in her hands, her voice dripping with jealousy. "Piggy, tell me the truth right now. Do you like Maya?" "1, I wouldn't say like, we don't have any history, and I'm still trying to get used to our current arrangement. Recommended 2, a little. Your friend is pretty, has a great body, and more importantly, she understands me. That's rare for a guy to find. How could I not like her?" Not recommended 3, babe, let's not talk about that now. Remember our bet? You lost. Maya's almost out of the shower, so could you run downstairs and grab a box of Trojans? You could just watch. Not recommended analysis for option 1. In front of a jealous girl, never admit you have feelings for another girl. Not a death sentence. I wouldn't say like, we don't have any history, and I'm still trying to get used to our current arrangement. There was no way Leo would get a question like that wrong. He even managed to subtly shift the blame to Chloe, reminding her that if she hadn't agreed to this, none of it would be happening. "Oomph. I knew I shouldn't have agreed to it." Chloe sighed regretfully. She hugged him tightly, like he was a teddy bear. "And why did you have to kiss her this afternoon?" "I didn't even have time to react," Leo argued. "It was just like when you kissed me. It happened so fast. Who could react in time?" "What? Am I not allowed to kiss you now?" Chloe lifted her chin defiantly, glaring at him. You can. Leo knew his girlfriend was in the throes of jealousy. He wrapped his arms around her comfortingly. I'm your boyfriend. You could do whatever you want. Piggy, I feel like our situation is a little weird, Chloe murmured, her face buried in Leo's chest. What kind of girlfriend lives with her boyfriend and her best friend? If anyone found out, it would be so embarrassing. I used to think the same way, but now that I've met more people and heard their stories, I don't think it's such a big deal, Leo said, rubbing his nose and offering a serious example. Remember that story about the owner of the Roslyn mines last year? That guy was supporting more than a dozen mistresses. Compared to them, what we're doing is child's play. Oof. You men all go bad as soon as you get money. That insane news story had been trending, so of course Chloe had heard of it. Not me, Leo said, staunchly defending himself. Look, I've made all this money, and you're still the only girlfriend I have. You're my first love, he added, and the only other girl was one you brought to me. Go ask around about the celebrity directors in the entertainment industry. See how many of them are as faithful as I am. Oomph. You'd better be. Leo's sweet, loyal words brought a happy smile to Chloe's face. She gently rubbed her bare feet against his leg as a reward. After all this time together, Chloe felt she knew Leo's character pretty well. He could have just nodded his head and accepted his biological father's embrace, enjoying a life of endless luxury. But not only did he reject that path, he held the parents who had abandoned him in contempt. That resolute attitude proved he wasn't the kind of player who would just move on to the next girl. If her boyfriend's character ever did crumble, Chloe thought, it would only be in one way, by being as faithful and deeply affectionate to every girl as he was to her. But at the end of the day, I still think you're the most beautiful. I have no reason to cheat, Leo said, pinching Chloe's soft, pale cheek. If you were just average-looking, I probably would have cheated on you a long time ago. Oomph. So you're saying you only came up to me back then because I was pretty? Although the statement was as shallow as it gets, Chloe's heart soared. Her pouty tone was more like she was flirting with him. Isn't it obvious? Leo shot back, completely unapologetic. If you weren't gorgeous and didn't have a great body, why would I have hit on you? Did you think I was just bored? You jerk. You told me before that you liked my personality. Leo's direct compliments made Chloe blush. A shy smile spread across her face as she rested her chin on his chest, her sparkling eyes gazing happily at her boyfriend. Piggy, Chloe called his name in a soft, sweet voice, gently poking his cheek with her finger before tracing a line across his lips. What is it? Leo asked, playing dumb. Each of his girlfriends had a different way of initiating intimacy. Chloe's was the classic, coy approach. When she wanted to be close, her shyness kept her from saying it outright. So she resorted to cute, proactive gestures like this. She'd either stare at you with puppy dog eyes or poke you all over, a clear signal that it was his turn to advance the battle. Isabel was sometimes like that too, but when the battle heated up, she was the one who took command, a classic slow-burn queen who went all in when she was fired up. As for his country mouse, Lily, she was basically just a foot soldier, following Leo's orders on the battlefield. Thankfully, she was obedient enough that no matter how wild his commands, she never defied them. Though she sometimes made mistakes, she would always listen to his guidance, learning on the job until the mission was completed perfectly. The little heiress, Eleanor, was a monster, a general on the battlefield. It wasn't an exaggeration to say there was no battle Eleanor wouldn't dare to fight. Give her an order, and she would always complete the mission flawlessly. Even Leo felt humbled in her presence. As for his good daughter, Maya, Leo still didn't know her combat potential. Maya was a rebellious bad girl at heart. Once she got some battle experience, her combat abilities would probably be on par with any of his other girlfriends. And as for the two sisters... Wait, why was his mind wandering so far? Leo shook his head, snapping back to the present. He traced Chloe's soft lips with his finger and prompted with a smile. Your best friend is still here. Should we drive to a hotel? I could book one now. I just took a shower. I'm a little tired. I don't want to go to a hotel, Chloe said, shaking her head reluctantly. She gently bit his finger, her cheeks flushing. It's fine. It's getting late. Once Maya is asleep, we can. Oh, Chloe, you've gotten so naughty, Leo teased, surprised she would be so bold. Where did my innocent elf princess go? You're the one who taught me, Chloe mumbled, her face burning as she looked away. She was still shy about this sort of thing. It's okay. I like you this way, Leo said, pulling her up so she was sitting on the bed. He kissed her pale neck gently, his voice muffled as he eagerly pushed up her cartoon print pajama top. The naughtier you are, the more I like it. Jerk, how badly do you want me to be a bad girl? Chloe gritted her teeth, a hint of complaint in her voice as her hands cradled his head, her slender fingers threading through his short hair. Just then, the sound of wet footsteps padded toward the door. It had to be Maya, fresh from her shower. The two, poised to conquer new territory, immediately snapped back to reality. Chloe quickly pulled her top down, her heart pounding as she dove under the covers. Leo could only sigh in frustration and pull the blanket higher. "Chloe, I found a show. Want to binge it tonight?" Sure enough, Maya pushed the door open, holding 2 bags of chips and an iPad. She froze when she saw the two of them on the bed. Chloe stared back at her fun-spoiling best friend, mortified. "Looks like I came at the perfect time," Maya exclaimed with glee. She eagerly kicked off her fluffy slippers and dove into bed next to Leo. To Chloe's astonishment, she wrapped her arms around Leo's arm possessively and asked, "Leo, do you need a support?" "Don't be ridiculous. This isn't a video game. Why would I need a support?" Leo said, feeling Chloe's murderous glare burning into him. He kept his hands to himself, not daring to make a move on the bad girl beside him. "Well, let's watch the show together. It's almost the finale, and I heard the ending is really sad." Maya sensed the awkward atmosphere, but showed no signs of backing down. She handed the iPad, already playing the latest K-drama, to Leo, then passed a bag of chips to Chloe. She lay on her side, next to Leo, watching the show as if no one else was there, occasionally feeding him a chip with an intimacy that suggested they were the real couple. Chloe glared at her thick-skinned friend, then at her boyfriend, trapped in the middle, unsure what to say. She could only munch on her chips resentfully, deciding to wait out this final episode with Maya. As it turned out, Chloe had been following this show too. She quickly got sucked in, animatedly discussing the plot with Maya while crunching loudly on chips. Leo had zero interest in sappy K-dramas about life and death. Listening to the strange-sounding Korean dialogue, feeling the soft pressure of a girl on each arm, he was completely bewildered, holding the iPad with a tense, awkward grip. He had never dreamed that one day he would be in a comfortably air-conditioned room, on his girlfriend's fragrant little bed, sleeping with both his girlfriend and her live-in best friend. To make matters worse, his girlfriend's best friend was wearing the kind of super short, silky sleep shorts that left her long, pale legs on full display. Every so often, she would gently brush her smooth, rounded toes against his calf, sending his mind into a tailspin. As the K-drama neared its end, Maya started to get restless. She clamped one smooth thigh around Leo's leg, squeezing gently, and playfully poked his cheek with her finger. Then she started discussing Leo's looks and height with Chloe, her attention clearly no longer on the show. Leo was sandwiched between them, a human test subject for their playful explorations. Chloe could tolerate these little things. But when one of Maya's hands started to wander too far, Chloe's face flushed, and she slapped it away. "Are you trying to get yourself killed?" No one can see. What's the big deal?" Maya giggled. She sat up, swung her long legs over Leo, and wrapped the sulking Chloe in a tight hug. She pressed her cheek against Chloe's pretty face, then pulled up Chloe's pajama shorts, exposing her smooth legs. "Leo, you've known us for a while. Who do you think has a better body, me or Chloe?" Chloe, who had been struggling in her friend's embrace, froze when she heard the question. She immediately jutted out her lower lip and shot a commanding look at Leo that clearly said, "You will pick me. Do not pick my best friend." "Oh well." Leo hesitated, looking between the two beautiful faces next to him. One was playful and mischievous, the other stubborn and shy. The two girls' soft bodies were pressed together, their 2 pairs of pale, slender legs on full display, and both were looking at him with such expectation. An irrepressible wave of excitement washed over him. "1. My girlfriend, of course. I love her innocent and cute style. You're too wild for my taste. Not recommended to you, of course. Don't you know I have a thing for legs? Wear those black thigh highs you have. Go put them on for me. Recommended 3. I can't tell with your clothes on. Could you take them off so I can appraise the situation more carefully? Strongly recommended analysis for option 3. Choosing one will always hurt the other. Why not play along with the bad girls game? Appraise the situation, my ass." Leo's mouth twitched. At a critical moment like this, there was no way he would dare choose such a catastrophic answer. "I think you're both beautiful. You just have different styles," he said diplomatically. "But my girlfriend has a few more points in her favor, so I'll pick her." "I'm so jealous," Maya whined, either intentionally or as a joke, nuzzling into Chloe's embrace. "If I had known, I would have gone with you to buy nuts that day. Maybe then Leo would be mine." "Oomph. You should know your place," Chloe retorted, victorious. A strange sense of superiority washed over her, as if she had total control over Leo. Little did she know, she had already fallen into her best friend's trap. Even sharing a small bed with the 3 of them no longer felt that awkward. Watch the show, Maya said, returning to Leo's side in mock defeat. She pressed herself against his arm and pouted at the screen. Why do you even have to compete with me? Chloe said, snuggling against Leo's other arm and looking across his chest at Maya, triumphantly. This man is already mine. Why did you have to stick your nose in it? Oof. Maya shot back, not giving up. If I had been with you that day, do you really think Leo would have picked you? The pathetic barking of a loser, Chloe countered, unwilling to back down. While the two girls were bickering, Leo risked everything. He handed the iPad to Maya and stealthily wrapped his arms around both of their slender waists. An indescribable sense of accomplishment surged through him. It was no exaggeration to say that this feeling of having a girl in each arm was more thrilling than reaching Challenger tier. The fact that they were best friends and that Chloe was completely oblivious added a forbidden, cuckween-like thrill. Chloe was so caught up in her argument with Maya that she didn't even notice Leo's other arm was around Maya's waist. She just assumed it was a sign of his favoritism and, feeling emboldened, even shifted her position to let him hold her more comfortably. Maya, however, was fully aware. She felt the hand on her waist, looked at her smug friend, and a playful smile touched her lips. Fine, you win, okay? I got what I wanted anyway, so I won't fight you for him. Chloe lifted her chin proudly. Oof. What do you mean you got what you wanted? If I don't give him to you, you can fight all you want and you'll never get him. Normally, Leo would have immediately stopped their bickering. But right now, he was basking in the bliss of having both of them in his arms. He hoped they would argue even more fiercely. In fact, he wouldn't have minded if they started competing over who had more experience in bed, and then decided to prove it on him. After their spat, the two girls were back to laughing and chatting about the K-drama's plot, complaining about the male lead's cheating and the female lead's weakness. With things so delicate, Leo didn't dare keep his arms around both of them, so he took the iPad back. For God's sake, how does a cheating bastard like that deserve the heroine's forgiveness? The show finally ended, and Chloe ranted, if I were her, I would have pushed him into the ocean to feed the fish in the first episode. Huh? Leo, why are you sweating? After her rant, Chloe noticed beads of sweat on Leo's forehead and asked curiously. Leo rubbed his nose guiltily. I'm sandwiched between you two. How could I not be sweating? Chloe finally came to her senses and realized Maya had fallen asleep next to Leo. Her soft, even breathing was audible. One of her pale, slender feet was draped over Leo's leg, and one hand rested on his chest. What should we do? Leo asked in a hushed, exasperated voice. Do you still want to continue? Forget it. It's late. Let's just sleep. After all that time, Chloe's initial excitement had faded. Should I wake her up? Make her go back to her own room? Leo asked, glancing at the soundly sleeping Maya. Chloe hesitated for a moment, then shrugged. Whatever. Maya's a light sleeper. It's rare for her to sleep this well. Let her rest. All right, Piggy, let's get some sleep, Chloe said, shifting her body. She let out a lazy yawn and snuggled up to Leo. Piggy, sleeping with two pretty girls at the same time. You must be pretty happy right now, huh? Honestly, I don't really feel anything, Leo lied through his teeth. With his back to Maya, he pulled Chloe's soft body into his arms and swore solemnly. No matter how many girls I sleep with, you'll always be number 3 in my heart. Humph. I don't believe you, Chloe said, pausing for a beat before letting out a happy hum. She assumed that in Leo's heart, the first and second spots belonged to his adoptive parents, so being third was a huge honor. What she didn't know was that his parents shared the number 1 spot, and the number 3 spot was a tie between several girls. As for the number 2 spot, that was reserved for only one person. Okay, I'm tired. Time for sleep. It was almost 1 in the morning, and Chloe, who usually kept a regular schedule, had rarely stayed up this late. Sleep. Leo gently stroked her hair, cradled in her boyfriend's secure embrace. His little girlfriend was asleep in minutes. Leo gently touched Chloe's cheek, making sure she was deep in dreamland before carefully disentangling himself. He turned over to face Maya, who was sleeping just as peacefully. He had thought she might be faking it, waiting for Chloe to fall asleep before making her move. But after waiting for several minutes, he saw she was still sound asleep, showing no signs of waking. This isn't like the movies I've seen, Leo mused with a playful smirk. He reached out, wrapped an arm around Maya's slender waist, and pulled her lithe body into his embrace. Maya seemed to love the feeling. She unconsciously snuggled closer into his arms until her whole body was pressed against his. A look of pure contentment spread across her face. Good night, ladies. Surrounded by the rhythmic breathing of the two girls, inhaling the lingering scent of shower gel from Maya's skin, Leo held the normally mischievous bad girl and soon drifted off to sleep. Chloe's bed was on the smaller side. Squeezing 3 people in was manageable, but only if no one moved too much. The next morning, Leo woke up lying on his back. The girls on either side of him were still asleep. Their sleeping positions were remarkably similar. Both were facing him, one hand resting on his chest, their soft chest pressed and slightly misshapen against his arms. The moment he opened his eyes, he was greeted by 2 stunningly beautiful faces and the sound of their cat-like, rhythmic breathing. "How did you manage to fall asleep?" Leo muttered to himself, rubbing his head in frustration. He sat up and looked at the 2 gorgeous girls on either side of him, cursing his own weakness. He had such a golden opportunity last night, and he'd slept through it. Golden rays of morning sun streamed through the gap in the curtains, casting a soft, filtered light across the room and onto Leo's face. He got up and opened the curtains. Outside, the city was already alive with its usual hustle and bustle. Skyscrapers dotted the skyline, cars flowed endlessly through the streets, and people rushed along the sidewalks, a vibrant tapestry of urban life. Leo quietly admired the scene, feeling the warmth of the sun on his skin. He turned back to look at the 2 girls sleeping so soundly on the bed, and a satisfied smile spread across his face, his heart swelling with hope and joy. He wouldn't trade days like this for any amount of money. He desperately wanted to crawl back in a bed between them and go back to sleep. An opportunity like this was rare, but he glanced at the time. It was already past 8. They would be waking up soon, so he dismissed the thought. Whatever, there will be plenty of chances in the future. Leo took a deep breath of the cool, air-conditioned air, feeling invigorated. He left Chloe's bedroom and went to the kitchen to make breakfast. After cooking 3 bowls of noodles with eggs, Leo washed up and went back to Chloe's room to wake them. What he saw made his heart leap in his throat. A sleepy-eyed Maya had apparently mistaken Chloe for him and was holding her in her arms, her lips pressed against Chloe's. And Chloe seemed to be mistaking Maya for him too, because she wasn't resisting at all. In fact, she was actively participating. The scene was unbelievably steamy and shocking. Does this mean I'm being cheated on? Leo was both stunned and amused, a strange, inexplicable thrill running through him. "Okay, avert your eyes." Leo saw the 2 of them were starting to realize something was wrong. He knew that if he stayed any longer, he'd be caught in the crossfire. He wisely shut the door and left. Sure enough, as soon as he reached the living room, he heard frantic shouts from the bedroom. "Chloe, why is it you? I thought you were Leo." Maya, you pervert. Why did you kiss me?" "Shh, quiet down. I told you, I thought you were Leo." "Stop shouting. He's probably in the living room. If he finds out, he'll laugh at us forever." "Leo, sorry, already started laughing. Are you 2 up? Time for breakfast." To avoid making their awkward situation worse, Leo called out from the living room, trying to stifle his laughter. The 2 girls scrambled to get dressed and came out, walking on their fluffy slippers. They both subconsciously touched their moist lips, looking guilty and embarrassed as they entered the living room. "Oh my God, that was so humiliating. Thank God Piggy didn't see, or he would have held it over my head forever. Damn, good thing that wasn't my first kiss. But why'd it feel kind of nice? I'll have to try it again next time we have a 3-stack. Unlike the shy and nervous Chloe, Maya seemed completely unfazed. It wasn't her first kiss, after all. She even licked her lips, as if savoring the new experience of kissing a girl. "Eat up," Leo said, silently listening to their thoughts as he brought them each a bowl of noodles with a poached egg. Unlike the domestic and capable Lily and Isabel, Chloe and Maya rarely went grocery shopping. Other than the occasional whim to cook for themselves, their meals were almost exclusively takeout. Their fridge was stocked with snacks, drinks, and fruit for their nutritional balance. The noodles he'd used were from a package he'd bought when he first moved in. "Piggy, you know how to cook?" Chloe asked, using her chopsticks to lift the perfect whole egg from her noodles, pleasantly surprised. "What choice do I have?" Leo lamented, sinking into the soft sofa. "A certain someone promised me that after we moved into the new house, she'd cook for me every day. I'm still waiting on that. I had to learn to fend for myself." Chloe knew he was taking a jab at her, but she wasn't angry. She stuck her tongue out playfully and even whined back. "I have classes all day. I don't have time. Very few girls know how to cook these days." Leo rubbed his nose, thinking that one day he'd have to get Lily to show her what real cooking looked like. "I know how," Maya said eagerly. "Leo, from now on, if you want something for dinner, just text me. I'll make it for you when I get home from class." Maya's parents were often not around, so she'd been cooking for herself since she was a little girl, standing on a stool to reach the stove. She was actually quite a good cook. "Okay, I'll text you guys when I'm getting off work early," Leo agreed. Of course, he couldn't neglect his girlfriend's feelings. He turned to Chloe. "Chloe, you should learn a few dishes from Maya." I'd love to come home to a meal made by my girlfriend sometimes. Sure enough, Chloe, who had been starting to look jealous, immediately brightened up. Sure, it's just cooking. How hard can it be? Maya, knowing her best friend's personality, warned her seriously. Don't start strong and then give up after 3 days. Humph. Chloe didn't say anything, just gave 2 confident little snorts, looking completely self-assured. Then let's go to the mall later and pick up some kitchen supplies. As the 3 of them were chatting, a chaotic jumble of piano notes drifted in from outside. It sounded like it was coming from the villa across the street. Whoa, that's some serious soundproofing failure. We can hear it clearly from this far away, Leo said, glancing at the villa. Listening to the arrhythmic melody, he mused, must be some kid practicing, right? Don't even talk about it. They've been practicing every morning for the past few days, Chloe complained. Maya and I have been woken up by it several times. Today is actually the latest they've started. I see. Leo didn't stay here every day, so he wasn't aware of a neighborhood situation. He was also a heavy sleeper and wasn't easily disturbed by noise. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping well at all, Maya added resentfully. If they do it again tomorrow, I'm going over there to have a talk with them. No need to be so dramatic. They're our neighbors. We see them all the time. It's not worth souring the relationship over something like this. Leo finished his noodles and set the bowl aside thoughtfully. I'll go talk to them when I have a chance. Finish your food before it gets cold. After breakfast, the 2 girls went to get ready, while Leo fired up a ranked match on the living room sofa. He managed to play 2 full games before they finally emerged, a good 30-plus minutes later. Chloe's outfit was as vibrant as ever, a breezy short-sleeve top paired with a short skirt that showed off her slender legs. She looked fresh and energetic from head to toe. Maya's look was simpler, a t-shirt and jeans with a pair of light gray canvas shoes, comfortable yet stylish. The weather was hot, and Chloe, with her fair, delicate skin, had put on a wide-brimmed straw hat to block the sun. Maya was also wearing a gray baseball cap, though with her long, flowing hair, it looked a little out of place. Leo personally thought that style looked better on girls with short hair. Piggy, what do you think? Does this look good on? Wait, both of you stand still. Let me take a picture. Leo reflexively cut Chloe off, pulling out his phone and opening the camera app, focusing intently on the 2 of them. Chloe had clearly been about to ask for his opinion on her outfit. Leo figured that instead of trying to come up with some clever compliment, a direct action would be more effective and avoid any potential for aesthetic fatigue. Sure enough, the moment he said he was taking a picture, Chloe, who had just been about to ask for his opinion, immediately linked her arm with Maya's and flashed a cute peace sign. Maya coolly adjusted the brim of her baseball cap and shot Leo a sultry wink, her bad girl energy cranked to the max. It was a pose worthy of a MySpace profile picture. Leo's photography skills were becoming more and more refined. He perfectly captured the moment, freezing the 2 girls with their distinct personalities in a single frame. Nice. I'll use this as my desktop wallpaper in a few days, Leo said, looking at the photo on his screen with satisfaction. Is it done? Let me see. Chloe rushed over to look, then praised him happily. Not bad, Piggy. You're getting better and better. You think I won Best Director for nothing? Leo grinned. He put on a pair of brown sunglasses and, under Chloe's mock glare, confidently opened the front door. Piggy, I think that's the little girl who plays the piano, Chloe said, grabbing Leo's arm just as he was about to head to the garage. She pointed to the villa across the street, where a lavishly dressed woman was leading a little girl in a traditional-style silk dress out the door. Probably. You 2 wait here a second. I'll go talk to them. Leo took off his sunglasses and walked straight toward the mother and daughter, offering a friendly smile. Heading out, neighbor? And you are. The woman had never seen Leo before. She instinctively pulled her daughter behind her, her gaze wary. Oh, I live across the street with my girlfriend, Leo said, pointing back at Chloe and Maya. I'm just not home very often. I see. Since he was a neighbor, the woman relaxed her guard. She prompted her daughter, Clara, say hello to the nice young man. Hello, sir, the little girl said politely. Hello to you too. Clara, Leo replied with a smile. He looked up at the mother. Your daughter is dressed so beautifully. Are you going to an event? Leo knew exactly how to win over mothers with children. Isabel was his prime success story. A well-placed compliment about their child could earn a significant amount of trust. Of course, compliments alone weren't enough if you wanted to take things further with a woman like this, but they were a good start. Yes, it's Sunday, so I signed her up for a small piano competition, the elegant woman said with a soft smile, affectionately stroking her daughter's head. Wow, no wonder your daughter has been practicing so diligently, Leo said with an appreciative tone. These past few mornings, I've heard her playing before I've even opened my eyes. In wealthy neighborhoods, disputes between neighbors were rare. Their level of civility and mindset were different from most people's. They didn't hold grudges over minor frictions. By subtly mentioning he heard the piano before he was awake, Leo was gently signaling to the woman that she might want to manage the volume or timing of her daughter's practice. He hadn't let Chloe or Maya handle it because he worried they would be too blunt. Hi, does your kid play the piano? Can you have her practice later or turn it down? While there was nothing wrong with that approach, Leo believed in fostering good relationships with neighbors. Since they were going to be living here for a while, why not get along? It could be useful later. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't think you could hear it from so far away. The woman, clearly intelligent, understood his gentle hint immediately. She covered her mouth with her hand apologetically. Clara, we'll have to be quieter from now on. We've been disturbing the nice man's rest. Not at all, Leo said with a teasing smile. I've gotten used to it. I'm afraid that if your daughter doesn't practice in the morning now, I might not be able to wake up. Haha, you're quite the kidder. The woman laughed softly, taking a longer, more appraising look at the humorous young man. Ding! Gabrielle Walker's affinity for the host has increased by 2 points. Current affinity, 2. Please continue your efforts. We should exchange numbers, Gabrielle said after a few minutes of light conversation, proactively taking out her phone. My daughter and I have lived here for quite some time. If you or your girlfriend need anything, feel free to ask me on the app. My name is Gabrielle Walker. You can just call me Gabrielle. No problem. I'm Leo Shepard. It's nice to meet you, Gabrielle, Leo replied smoothly, discreetly admiring the graceful, mature woman as he added her contact. Having a neighbor they could count on would be helpful, especially when he wasn't around. Gabrielle seemed to want to chat more, but the little girl tugged on her arm. Mommy, we're going to be late for the competition. Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Gabrielle tapped her forehead and tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. Well, Leo, I have to go. We'll talk again soon. Okay, take care, Gabrielle. The familiar way he said her name, the memory of her elegant, retreating figure. Leo felt a strange sense of déjà vu. All right, all taken care of, Leo said, rejoining the girls. He casually put his sunglasses back on and headed for the garage. Piggy, you're seriously smooth. Chloe had heard their entire conversation from a short distance away and was genuinely impressed by his tact. He had not only managed to get his point across, but had also strengthened their relationship with their neighbor in the process. It was a perfect 2-for-1. Maya, however, was watching him thoughtfully. She felt like this Leo was different from the one she'd first met. He was way too good with women. Our dad's emotional intelligence. He doesn't seem like a typical straight guy. Is it just me? Hearing Maya's inner thought, Leo rubbed his nose to hide his player-like tendencies. It's normal. When you talk to people you're not interested in, you can chat easily, right? There's no pressure. That's true. Maya dismissed her doubts. She was the same way. The less interested she was in someone, the easier it was to talk to them because there was no emotional investment. She grinned and teased him. So, Leo, why did you add her number? You don't have a thing for married women, do you? Yeah, you just met her and you're already calling her Gabrielle. Who knows what you're thinking? Chloe muttered, also looking displeased. Don't be ridiculous. The woman has a kid. You're going to be jealous of her too. Leo stopped walking, exasperated. Besides, weren't you the ones complaining about the piano? I solved the problem for you, and now you're blaming me? We're not blaming you. We're not blaming you, Maya said, linking her arm with his and chatting cheerfully, acting more like his girlfriend than his actual girlfriend did. That damn flirt. I was here first. Chloe shot them a resentful glare. Leo quickly took her small, pale hand and gave her a helpless look, as if to say, she's the one who's being clingy, not me. Maya was doing it on purpose to provoke Chloe. Seeing her friend's unhappiness only made her more excited. She stuck even closer to Leo, a thrilled, obsessive smile on her face. Chloe's watching me. Chloe's watching me. This is so exciting. If only Chloe were into that sort of thing. I tie her up next to us and make her watch. Now,